It's the high school football game of the week on Wild Country 107.7. Tonight's game is brought to you by Pidcock Glass, McFadden Insurance, Tinks Auto Trading Post, your local McDonald's, First National Bank, Little Italy Pizza in Nelsonville, Gloucester, and New Straitsville, J&K Contracting, Fred Wolf Automotive, Athens Insurance Services, Athens Automotive Keys, Rutland Bottled Gas, Tri-County Career Center, H&R Block, Holzer Health System, and Coach's Appliance Heating and Air. Let's head out to the stadium for tonight's game on Wild Country 107.7.
Welcome in, everybody, to a fantastic Friday night of extra football. We got Week 11 coming in to you live from Gloucester Memorial Stadium here at Trimble High School as the Tomcats set to host their playoff game. They got a first-round hosting game against the Fisher Catholic Irish, coming in at 4-6, facing off against the Tomcats, who are 6-4 on the season. A tough Division 7 this year. It's been kind of a strange Division 7. You usually see the Tomcats up there in that top 4 positions area, right around there. It's been kind of an on and off season, but they've played some tough teams out here. They did end up getting that 6th seed, and they were able to play a home game tonight. The lights just came on here at Trimble High School. They were saving them until the very end here. The band's out on the field getting ready to come out for the anthem. But up here until right before we came on the air, we were dark here at Trimble High School.
Real dark.
It was real dark. I was concerned for a second that we were there was something going on, but I think they were just saving it it was feeling it. It's Week 11, man. Let's go. So we're here live from Trimble High School, and the Tomcats are set here. That everybody had their warm-ups tonight. You could see then, but I was getting a little nervous there for just a minute, but it's very bright out here now, and we are set to have this football game.
So excited. Week 11, 6 versus 11 here, and it's a 6 versus 11, and you talked about Division 7 being tough. It's because so many teams are kind of jumbled up right there.
Yeah.
You had, Division 7 teams being Division 7 teams, losing to teams that are much bigger than them, but then being competitive versus everybody else right around them. It's why, you look at the teams ahead of Trimble as well. It's why they shook up the way they did. It's why you've also got, a 4-6 Fisher Catholic team still at the 11.
Sure.
They could have certainly dropped farther, but it's because of just how it worked out, and I think that makes it fun. I think that makes, everybody who's really, from the 5 seed on down, including these Trimble Tomcats, got to be on a bit of a watch here.
Yeah, you really do, and I that's where you think the way this the seeding has come out in the playoffs, especially in Region 27 here, anything could happen. Especially in Week 1, you don't know. With strength of schedules, the way things have panned out this year, you've got a lot of teams that don't have winning records in that 7 to 16 spot. But that the competition they play, where do they fall? We really thought that Miller might have been one of those top 3 teams, but last week they get knocked out of the 3 spot and get put into a 5 spot. So, but we're going to go ahead and take one break here. We get into the anthem. We'll be back to break down these teams a little further tonight and be back here on Wild Country 107.7.
In Nelsonville, Fred Wolf Automotive is your local solution to your automotive needs. Whether it's your first car or your last, they are here to help. People always ask, who is Fred Wolf? He was their great-great-grandpa who had a car dealership in Nelsonville in the 1950s. They thought it was fitting to bring his name and some of his entrepreneurial spirit back to life. The inventory is constantly changing, so if they do not have what you are looking for, please give them a call. Local people who love to help local people. Fred Wolf Automotive, located at 1273 Chestnut Street in Nelsonville, 614-309-1756.
I'm Dr. Amy Maggard, and I'm a pediatrician at Holzer in Athens. Choosing to practice here meant coming home for me, and I'm able to give back to the community that I love. When it comes to local health care, think Holzer first.
I'm Dr. Aaron Ramsey, and I've been a chiropractor here at Holzer Athens for 20 years. I love this community and its people. That's why I choose to work and raise my family here. It's all about community, and that's why I think Holzer first.
Worried about running out of propane? Don't worry. Just call Rutland Bottled Gas. When you need propane, we'll be there. Rutland Bottled Gas. Always there when you need them. With their Keep Full program, you'll never be left in the cold. Rutland Bottled Gas, your reliable energy partner since 1947. Rutland Bottled Gas. Call 740-742-2511. Rutland Reliability. Always there when you need them. Ask about the budget, prepay, or lock-in rates as well. Visit rutlandbottledgas.com for more information or call 740-742-2511.
The hottest sip of the season is about to drop. Are you ready for it? I don't think you're ready. Okay. Here it is. When you order in the McDonald's app, you can get exclusive offers. Just listen to these deals. Get 2 tasty sausage burritos for $3 or free medium fries when you spend $1. You heard it here first. Skip the lines and save money. Win-win. New hot deals are dropping in the app all the time, and we're about to turn up the heat. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid 10/28/24 through 11/17/24. Participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Must opt into rewards. Valid when product served.
Are you planning to install a new garage door or garage door opener? Don't do it yourself. Call the experts at My Garage Door Company in Athens, a family-owned company, father and son, in business for over 10 years. They are certified and can do service and repair on all garage doors, mainly residential and light commercial. Call today for an estimate, 740-818-2915 for My Garage Door Company.
The Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
Welcome back, everybody, into Week 11 postseason action. Coming to you live tonight from Gloucester Memorial High School. This is the Fred Wolf Automotive pregame show. Dustin Goldsberry here alongside Isaiah Lyle. Mark Hunter keeping us back on at the studio. And if you're just joining us, the Tomcats coming in at 6-4 on the season. They did get the sixth seed here and they've got a home game for Week 11. They do face off tonight against the Fisher Catholic Irish, coming in at 4-6. And Isaiah, the Irish coming in, they've got a few hot hands out there, and a quarterback that is getting his wings about him again. He's had a knee injury for some of this season, and he's back tonight. Grant Kiefer, the senior quarterback for the Irish, listed at 6 foot 168. He'll be leading the Irish on the offensive drives tonight.
He will be, and he's got a couple running backs back there that, you just don't want to see standing together in a 6'3", 190-pound Hyde O'Reilly, and then you've also got the 6'1", 239-pound Gabe Armstrong, who is for the most part going to be your fullback tonight. But there are times that they're going to hand it to that big boy too, I'm sure.
Yeah, he is a big boy, and number 44 listed as a tackle, and listed at 239. Or I'm sorry, yeah, he's listed at 239, but almost looks like 250, 260 out there. He is a big boy. And I've seen some of his game film out there, and you give it to him, he's not going to be easily taken down by one man. The good thing about Trimble is they do hit hard, they hit low, they tackle well.
They do.
Which is good about the Tomcats. That should be able to hopefully contain the big man, but you got to expect at least a yard or two out of him. And when they need that, and on those short third downs, that'll be a go-to back for them. At the wide receiver position, they've got a couple deep threats as well. I've seen them in game film. They like to go to Hyde O'Reilly, which is their running back, as well as wide receiver.
Seems like they're a big athlete.
Yeah, he seems like that kind of go-to athlete on the field. They also have a 6'4", 156 junior Luke Carnes out there. Trimble doesn't have anybody to match that size in the defensive back position.
Not at the defensive back. Maybe they've been working on Isaiah Hooper doing something fancy out there.
Yeah.
Chase Patton might be out there trying to run with them a little bit since he is a smaller guy. I'm not totally sure, but they're going to have to find a way because a strong passing offense is certainly what gets to the Tomcats.
Yeah.
Granted, you'd think that those guys up front, and Colt Ward, Corbin Lanning, and the group can get up there and can put some pressure on Kiefer, but if they can't, then you're really putting a lot on the man coverage on the backside of Sharp or of Smith or of Moyer, and that's going to be asking a lot. Hopefully it doesn't come back to bite them. And you also think about how Trimble can control the clock so much by running it the way they run it.
Yeah.
Fisher Catholic can score quickly, so that kind of gets minimized here a little bit as well.
Yeah, that 4-6 record, don't sleep on that, because they've been in games that have been close ones. Last week they lost a close one to Grove City by 6 points, and that game came down to the wire. So this 4-6 record, you've got to really look at that by the teams they've lost to and by the amounts they've lost to.
Kiefer.
Yeah, and that's another thing.
Of the season.
Exactly. So, you've got a good quarterback back in position here. They were able to pick up a couple good wins with their backup listed as Jacob Welsh, but he will be in different roles tonight as well, the junior. But you look at the Tomcats on the other side. They're coming off a big win last week. Now, granted, it was River Valley who hadn't won a game all season. They really just hammered it to them all night long here, the Tomcats. But they were able to really kind of pick up on those keys that they were missing. They did it without Owen Sikorsky, which has been a big part of the offense this season, with the running back. But right there, you've got Matthew Moyer running the ball. You have, guys that I thought would be more of a play like Trevor Gowan out there. But then you've got,
They just turned to Luke Osborne.
Yeah, Luke Osborne running the ball well. The Tomcats didn't back up with the running game, and they're still throwing the ball well. And Brady Jasek, as his sophomore year, I think has done an excellent job continuing to learn, continuing to grow, and become that offensive leader that they need here in Trimble for this offensive effort.
Talking to Coach Phil Ferris this week on our Wild Water Sports Show on Wednesday, he's, still praising those running backs, knowing that those guys can go out there and do whatever they need to, whatever's asked, the mixture of them. Owen Sikorsky is dressed today. Not sure how much they are going to use him, but he was out there in warm-ups. He is out there moving around a little bit with that leg injury. But I think it's a lot on Brady Jasek tonight.
Yeah.
We talked about it a couple weeks ago in that Waterford game where it was one of those games that's just the biggest of his career so far, and it might have gotten to him a touch. These only get bigger week by week, so he's got to learn to quell that just a touch, step into the role, and you just can't be flustered too early. You're going to have your composure all the way through this game.
Yeah, you're facing an opponent tonight that has, I don't know if they have quite as many players as Trimble, but they do have some size out there. We've seen in linebacker positions, they've got the size. Fisher Catholic is out there with some size. They are able to, they'll have a decent line from what it looks like. If you're the Tomcats defensively, I think you've got to make sure that you're putting pressure on the quarterback. Do not let him look downfield too much. Like you said, you've got to be able to get that with the front line of defense and not have, the air game get to Trimble and hopefully not have to rely on your defensive backs who have done well this season, but that is where they do struggle with the ball that gets thrown in the air.
Because they run a lot of man, so it is just your guys and Sharp and Smith on the outside.
Yeah. And you're not going to beat Trimble on the edge. That's not the way I think that Fisher Catholic's going to play this game. Because Trimble does block down that edge very quickly. They don't let you get on the edge rushing very much at all. So, if you're the Tomcats, I think you just got to do a good job containing and then hopefully being able to pressure that quarterback and keep the ball, like you said, being able to keep those methodical drives going and get the ball down the field, and that'll pick up a W here with a home game and, hopefully getting a Week 12 start next week.
Looking for the Week 12, looking for the possibility of a Week 12 home game, but that's going to be real lucky. Cotton Valley up there at the 3 seed over there in that new Philly area, Aldrichville area is going to be one that you're more than likely going to have to go to if you are a Tomcat fan. On the other side, though, on 770 AM, 103.9 FM, the Nelsonville York Buckeyes, with a win, could be right back on Boston Field because Wheelersburg travels to Barnesville.
Yeah.
Beat them already multiple times in the postseason, so you could very well see the 6-seeded Buckeyes next week right back at home. That'd be great. They're over on the other side. Make sure you're tuning into that. But we'll be right here as the Tomcats are doing their walk. We're getting ready.
Yeah, let's go. We got about a minute 50 till game time. We're going to go ahead and take our last break of this Fred Wolf Automotive pregame show, and we'll be back for kickoff action and postgame number 1 or number Week 11 here on Wild Country 107.7.
What's one of the worst feelings you can get? The one that hits you in the pit of your stomach. You can't find your keys. I have a solution. Announcing the new location of Athens Automotive Keys at 528 Richland Avenue in Athens. Dan and Gloria can take care of lost keys, transponder keys and programming, key duplication for house or business, and they now provide locksmith service. Athens Automotive Keys is open Monday through Friday, noon till 5:30 at 528 Richland Avenue, Athens. Call 740-590-6843.
Hey, it's me. Well, you from the future. Let's talk budget. Gas prices are going up, you blew your budget buying groceries, and here comes your bill for car insurance. Now, that's one bill you can control when you choose Erie Insurance.
Do your future self a favor and ask about Rate Lock from Erie.
The only thing going down is the waistline on our jeans. Yep, low rise are back in again.
Your Erie agent is McFadden Insurance. Get a quote today at mcfadden-insurance.com.
Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
There's only one perfect food for watching or listening to sports. Pizza! Get ready for the game by calling one of the 3 locations of Little Italy Pizza in Nelsonville, Gloucester, or New Straitsville. Dough made fresh every day with 3 crusts to choose from, with all the toppings a pizza lover craves. Little Italy Pizza also features mouth-watering subs, sandwiches, salads, and appetizers. Open 7 days a week. Gloucester, New Straitsville, and Nelsonville. Locally owned and operated.
That man. Call the man. Call the man. Just call the man. Just call the man. You better call that man. Call the man. We'll call the man. Call the man. Why didn't you call the man? I should have called the man like you said.
Call Coach's Appliance Heating and Air to take care of your appliances along with your heating and cooling needs. Call or text Nick today at 740-594-1865. That's 740-594-1865. A family-owned business since 1986. Coach's Appliance Heating and Air.
You're listening to the High School Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7 WSEO Nelsonville.
And welcome back. And it'll be Nick Sanford kicking off for the Irish. He does kick a low kick. It is going to be fielded by Osborne. Osborne is able to field that at about the 20-yard line, goes ahead and gets up to about the 34-yard line before being taken down. And that's where the Tomcats will take over 1st and 10 to start this drive. I think Fisher Catholic on the toss, they won and deferred to the second half.
They sure did, and they're excited about the fact that they were able to keep them, short return there. But we are going to see the Wishbone offense come out here because we do have Owen Sikorsky back, so they can put the whole group back there. But it's a pass off the jump.
Yeah, it's going to be Jasek looking down the field. It's going to be tipped, but it's going to be caught, and enough for about 8 yards. That's going to be Moyer out there.
Chase Patton.
Or is that Patton out there?
Yes. Great job. As they were trying to get Isaiah Hooper on the long drag, but a good job by the free safety to step up when he did out there. That is number 2. Excuse me, I thought I had him on my sheet.
Jacob Welsh.
Thank you.
Yeah, Welsh out there. So it'll be 2nd down and 3, a short 3 for the Tomcats.
Still in there. What you'd expect, as Luke Osborne says, I'm going no gloves. I was trying to get them both on, but oh well.
Jasek under center. He's going to pitch it off. It's going to go to Moyer. Moyer's trying to get some space to the outside, and he is past the line of scrimmage, but I don't know if he quite got to the marker there.
I don't think so, as they did a good job of fighting off the block on that far side, did the Irish, just enough to force him back inside.
So going to be 3rd down and a short 1 here, probably about a foot or 2 before they can get that 1st down. Tomcats moving the ball here, but still have a little work to do before they pick up that first down of the night.
As Jasek brings the play all the way over. You're on that far hash there from where Coach Ferris is standing. It feels like a long way for Jasek to go.
It seems like it, yeah. I mean, you're going a long way away on that far side of the field just to get the play in. Tomcats going left to right on your radio dial towards the scoreboard here at Gloucester Memorial Stadium as Jasek goes under center again in that wishbone set. They hand it off to Moyer again, and Moyer is going to pick up the first down.
Right at the line. One gives him on the line. The other's going to give him a foot back. I'll see where they actually spot it. It's real close.
It is. It's right down the line of where we are. We'll see what they end up saying here.
They're going to say 3rd down. No, they're going to say measurement is what they want.
Yeah, timeout here for an official measurement.
And
you see O'Reilly for Fisher Catholic trying to see down the line.
I mean, I've got maybe the best vantage point, and it is over by a nose, aside from the fact that I'm all the way up on top of the
Sure.
I'm right on the line, as on the line you can look. Oh, yeah, they got it by a nose.
You're right, by a nose, Isaiah. You had the best vantage point.
Woo!
And it's going to be a 1st down for the Tomcats.
I don't think that changes Coach Ferris' play call too much there, but
yeah,
certainly gives them a little breathing room.
I feel like he probably would have gone for that anyway, but it's a gutsy call. But week 11, you only had about an inch to go. So another wishbone set for the Tomcats as Jasek goes under center.
Blitz coming here.
Yeah, you
multiple
can see
blitzes.
This time they hand it off. It's going to go up the middle, and that's going to be Sikorsky this time. And Sikorsky going to pick up about 7 more yards as he gets across the 50, just past the 50 into Irish territory.
As I think that's the way you've got to run. You got to run off the right a little bit more if you're the Tomcats, because they're putting their smallest lineman out there, number 74 for the Irish. That is just a little guy in Kalen Delabar. He's listed at 204. I do not believe he is.
They got some size on the line, though. They do have
everywhere else but him.
Yeah, everyone but him.
So I think you got to run right at him more, because Sikorsky had 5 yards before someone touched him, running up at his face.
Trimble going wishbone again. This time they go to Moyer. Moyer bounces outside to the left. He's got the first down and plenty more as he gets past the 40 now. And they're going to mark this ball out of bounds and see where the far official marks him out. And I think it's right at that 40-yard line.
Goodness, he must have took a step back as he got bounced, but it does give him 10 yards in the first down.
Yeah, nice bounce to the outside. He saw that opening and kind of looked like he was going nowhere from the get-go, but good eyes and a good little sidestep got him some extra yardage there for the Tomcats.
Jasek brings it all the way in.
Tomcats not getting out of this wishbone set.
You got to think they love being back in it, having a full running back room.
This time they do go to Sikorsky again up the middle.
He's going to fight.
Met by the linebacker and going to be pushed back, but he does pick up about 7 to 8 more. So
he never went down.
No, he just kept those legs moving. Got to watch Sikorsky out here. He is coming off an injury. We haven't seen him play since, I believe, week 7. So he was out for a few weeks because of that thigh injury. Now back in and does pick up 7 yards, and now they have 2nd down and 3 to go. Tomcats methodically moving down the field.
Same formation once again. Blitzes are coming, but Jasek hands it off to the left. Moyer's got some space. He does have a first. He's going to keep rolling.
Yeah, he pulls about 3 Irish with him, and a big first down as they move it up to the 20-yard line now. So Tomcats in the red zone.
Give him another 13 yards. Great job, Matt Moyer. Just trucking right along tonight.
Yeah, between Moyer and Sikorsky, they're really moving this ball, picking up good chunk yardage each time down the field. This wishbone set for the Tomcats working out well so far. Irish haven't really had an answer for it.
And this is what the Tomcats want to do. They just want to grind it right down your throat. And on the backside, they're going to have to play defense. That's all it is.
They go Sikorsky this time. Sikorsky gets hit, but he does pick up another 7 to 8 yards.
Sikorsky's just going to pick up 7 yards every time.
Yeah, he's going right through the middle, and then you see that, switch off to Moyer, usually cutting it up to the left. It really hasn't been too many different style of plays. It's just been the Tomcat offensive line pushing forward, creating those gaps, and giving their running backs the freedom they need to move that ball downfield.
It's really giving them all. As you see Luke Osborne sometimes that fullback position, he almost walks to the line, lets the block develop, and then finds the gap that he's supposed to fill and kick somebody out of.
2nd down and 3 from the 13-yard line. Sikorsky going to get it again. He bounces in and hits one man, but then gets through the gap. And another first down for the Tomcats, going to get inside to about the 6.
As you got to give a big shout-out, Benny Warren there, your junior center. They were lining it up for A-gap blitz with Armstrong, the big boy we've talked about coming out of the linebacker spot. He just said, okay, I'll snap the ball and I will take him, and he ran him 5 yards backwards.
He did. You're right. Warren just kept him off his feet. And, as a center, that's not an easy job to do after you snap the ball, getting up in that stance and then pushing your guy back like that.
Especially when he's coming at you. But great job, Benny Warren, as they pick up the first in the same formation. And now they're 1st and goal as well, right on that 10.
They're going to hand it to Sikorsky. Sikorsky going up the right side, and he is going to fight his way in, and that's a touchdown for the Tomcats. Tomcats take some time off the clock. 6:22 left here in the first quarter, and they put the first 6 points on the board. You got to think Tomcats probably coming out and going for 2.
So it was a great job by Sikorsky there as he burst through again. Nobody really touched him off that right side until he was 5 yards down the field.
Yeah,
then he just had to dive to get to the end zone.
Exactly. That 5 yards was all he really needed. I mean, just 1 yard after that, and he hit pay dirt. So good job there by the Tomcats. You expect him probably just to keep in that wishbone set.
They did switch out Sikorsky for Gowan, though. Sikorsky needed a breather. Double A-gap blitz, but they run Moyer the opposite way, and he just glides in.
Just walks in untouched. So 8-0 Tomcats here in Week 11 to start this game. 6:22 left here in the first quarter. We'll be back for your Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
If you ask the My Garage Door Company team, how's business? They'll likely say, it's up and down, and they mean it, but not how you might think. My Garage Door Company's been keeping garage doors going up and down for over a decade. So remember, when a garage door problem occurs, don't call a we kind of service company or a maybe repair guy. Call the pros at My Garage Door Company for all garage door and opener problems. A family-owned and operated company. Visit their website at mygaragedoorco.com or call My Garage Door Company at 740-818-2915.
Football season is here. Keep your athletes at their best with Holzer in Athens. Dr. Jason Cox Orthopedics and Dr. Aaron Ramsey Chiropractic Care are currently accepting new patients. From follow-up care to injury repair, our healthcare team at Holzer Athens will keep your athlete in the game. Call 855-446-5937 to schedule your appointment today. That's 855-446-5937.
The Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
Welcome back. As the Tomcats score, it will be Colton Ward to kick off for the Tomcats. And he does kick into this one. It's going to be returnable, as it's going to be O'Reilly. Hyde O'Reilly with the ball. He cuts up to the middle.
Colt got him first.
And he did. Colt got down the field first. I tell you what, there's nobody that gets down there faster. And we saw it last week. Ward, after he kicks the ball, he wants that first hit. And Riley really just kind of ran towards the middle of the field. Didn't pick up any real positive yards from where he returned it. Maybe 3 or 4 yards because he returned about the 20. And they're going to start this drive from the 24.
I still can't believe they run Ward and Lanning as one, your kicker and your gunner. I mean, that's the two scariest guys running down the middle of the field on a kickoff I think I've ever seen.
And you got Ward kicking it, so he's got.
Right.
I mean, he's not got a.
He's already
a
got
head full of
speed.
speed, after he kicks it. But I mean, my goodness, he is coming down the field like a train. I'm telling you what.
They go with the extra running back in there. I'm not sure who that was before they handed off to O'Reilly, who does look like he's going to get about 4 yards on that first carry as they went their own wing tee.
So it might be the offensive wing tee formations tonight, and we'll see who plays it better. Trimble, it's not a team you can run on very well, but the Irish might soon find that out. They do pick up 4 yards, like you said. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
As it looks like it was Tenza was the extra guy in there. And he's going to get a chance to stay because I think they had to pull Welsh. There was an official that looked like he was trying to send somebody off, and it looked like he was sending Welsh off for an equipment issue.
So Kiefer will go back under center again. This time they're going to send Carnes out. Paul Sharp going to go defensive back on him on the left side. They go ahead and give it again. They give it to the big man, and that's going to be number 44, Gage Armstrong out there, 6 yards and enough for the first down.
Because I think the big move that they've got to watch on that one is knowing the Tomcats is you've got to watch they're giving Hyde O'Reilly the run across the formation there on that tight doubles either side. Yes, you got to be, Armstrong running down the middle, but I think the scarier one is O'Reilly coming all the way across the field like that. They lined him up the other side this time. We'll see if they run it to the wide side.
And they do give it, and that's going to be a horse collar tackle if they call it.
As I think, wow,
they don't call
Corbin
it.
Lanning got out of that one.
Wow.
Because he drug him forward, maybe?
It might have been, but he was pulled down by the back of his jersey from behind the line of scrimmage, and I think they're going to give him maybe half a yard out of that, but that was cleared as day up here that he was horse collar tackled, but Tomcats got away with it. I'm okay with that, but you got to be careful if you're the Tomcats where you grab that jersey.
Absolutely, as he was just trying to reach out and do something. I don't think O'Reilly was getting far otherwise, but good job by Lanning to bring him down. He's now going to split out wide. This might be the first chance we see Kiefer to air it out with a little bit. 2nd down and long.
Yeah, Kiefer out of the gun. He's looking, and he goes over the middle, and it's going intended for Carnes, and going to be knocked down. That's going to be number 15, Dixon. Gets his hands on it there. Nice job there. And going to be a 3rd down and long.
As they lined him up out in the slot with Carnes right there, and just able to be right on him. Ball was in his hands. Kiefer delivers a nice hard ball. It's all about, can you catch it, and can the defender get his hands in it before you've got possession.
So a 3rd down and long 9 here for the Irish.
Same formation.
Yep, they stay out of that gun here. We'll see if Kiefer looks for his best receiver. That's number 4. He's going to roll out now. He's still looking, goes down the field, and it's going to be a interception.
That's intercepted all day by Luke Osborne.
Luke Osborne jumps up. The shorter man jumps up and gets it from the taller receiver, and that's a turnover for the Tomcats.
The Tomcats played perfect pass-off coverage on the mesh that was coming with O'Reilly and Carnes on that side that you saw. And then it was the pump fake that allowed Riley to get up the field, and Luke Osborne playing at free safety. He just read it well. He read it as good as you can read it.
And he knew that ball was going to number 4 all day. Hyde O'Reilly, he's their most thrown to receiver. They go to him all day long. So now Trimble gets that ball back, 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line, and they pick up where they left off, handing it off to Moyer this time. He falls forward for about 4 yards. Gets up just past the 40.
That was incredible. It looked like Paul Sharp was back there with them. Both of them went up with O'Reilly. Then O'Reilly had his hands on it. Then Osborne just ripped it away as they were coming down.
Yeah, it was a very nice job. You could just tell that Osborne wanted that ball more than O'Reilly did. The way he turned away from the ball and turned with it, he was able to rip that ball right out of O'Reilly's hands. Wishbone set again here for the Tomcats. And this time we're going to get a jump off sides.
Could be an encroachment even because they touched him.
So that'll give the Tomcats a little bit easier of a 2nd down.
Much easier. It's going to be inches, really.
Yeah, right at that 2nd down and 1 now for the Tomcats.
Didn't look like Jacek changed the play call too much. Bet you that means they were handing it off anyways.
Wing T set for the Tomcats again. They're not going to move out of that. It's working well for them. Jacek going to hand it off Sikorsky. Sikorsky's got room up the right side. Makes one man miss the tackle, and he stays in bounds, gets up past the 50 and over almost to the 40. They're going to mark him short to the, I believe, 42-yard line, but he's in the territory of the Irish now.
Picks up 12 there. And got tackled a little funny on the sideline. Good to see that he is going to go ahead and stick this drive out for the time being. That limp is getting progressively worse already.
We were told off the air, Mark Hunter let us know that it is Sikorsky's 18th birthday today. So, Owen Sikorsky, happy birthday. 18 years old today.
I love that. I love a November birthday. Me too.
November 1st. Jacek under center. 1st and 10 for the Tomcats. They hand it to Moyer. Moyer's got space. Makes the linebacker miss. He's got the 1st down. And what a run there by Matthew Moyer as he gets up past the 30 and I believe to the 28-yard line. Tomcats just clicking that time clock off the this first quarter. This quarter is moving.
As he was able to pick up the 1st.
We're going to get a
official timeout.
Official timeout just for a tying of a shoe, I believe.
I believe that was Declan down there tying his shoe.
So now they say go ahead and run it. So 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line for the Tomcats. Moving that ball again.
They got Corbin Lanning off right now at the moment as he had to look like he's cleaning up blood on his hands. Officials sent him off as well. So down a starting tackle at the moment. They run behind that spot anyways to Sikorsky.
Yep, Sikorsky going to get tackled down to about the 20. I don't know if he quite got there, but he's right almost at that 20-yard marker.
I think they're going to give him the 19, so give him 9 yards there.
And we're under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
As the Tomcats ready their 2nd down play, Jacek brings it in. They might get it into the end zone here before the end of the first. We're only going to look at about 2 more plays here. This one's going to get snapped with 1:30 on the clock.
Yeah, Tomcats in no hurry. This is the offense they want to run. Clock is their friend right now.
They're trying to pull the snaps a little early, as that one kind of didn't work in their favor. It allowed Declan to time his blitz up perfectly. But it's first down no matter what, Only needed a yard.
Only needed the yard. They got about 2 out of it, so the first down and 10 from the 17-yard line. I think actually they put it to 16 is what we have on the scoreboard, but
not too shabby there, as Gowan was in on that play. They're going to get Sikorsky back in.
Jasek coming in with the play here, and they'll send Trevor Gowan back out.
Keeping it consistent are the Tomcats.
Under a minute to go here in the first. They do hand it off. It's going to be Sikorsky. Sikorsky gets up and pushed out of bounds at about the 12. So pickup of about 5 there.
Just kept fighting, did Owen Sikorsky. Has 46, and he steps out of bounds. So I don't know if Coach Ferris wanted that or not, but it gives him an opportunity to run another play here in the first.
Yeah, I mean it's you're working towards another touchdown here. You're moving the ball well. You haven't been pushed behind your own goal, your own sticks yet. So I mean, why not just keep pushing the ball down their throats? They're playing Tomcat football here.
Man, if you could, A-gap blitz is coming, maybe double A-gap. They left a lot of space right over Benny Warren's head.
They go to Moyer. And Moyer gets one man to miss, and he's going to walk it into the end zone. No, he's going to fall in the end zone.
Touchdown.
Touchdown for the Tomcats with 39 seconds left here in the first quarter. They take a 14-0 lead.
As Matt Moyer there, we talked about those linebackers blitzing A-gap. Warren stood up, stood his ground, and then Moyer knew that nobody was going to be there to try to catch him if he bumped it outside. He sure did, and beat everybody to the corner.
Nice pickup block there by Osborne to the outside, and really just was able to spring it free from there.
So they're going to keep it consistent. Why not? If anything, they scoot Luke Osborne a touch further back, closer to everybody. Oh, they're going to fake it.
Jasek's going to keep it himself. He's got one man to miss, or one man to beat, and he does not do it. Hyde O'Reilly got him before he got in. And that's going to be it for that 2-point conversion. No good. 14-0 Tomcats with 39 seconds left here in the first quarter. We'll be back for your next kickoff here on Wild Country 107.7.
Reliable propane services by Rutland Bottled Gas. For over 70 years, Rutland Bottled Gas has been the trusted name in propane for southeastern Ohio and northern West Virginia. From tank installations and fillings to top-quality gas appliances, the professional team ensures you'll get the best service and products. Visit RutlandBottledGas.com or call 740-742-2511. Rutland Bottled Gas, fueling your home, fueling your life. Reliable, professional propane service provided by Rutland Bottled Gas. Here for you then, here for you now.
Nothing really ever stays the same. Things get better or they get worse. Things grow or they get smaller. Communities are no exception. The life of a community is determined by the activities of the people who live there. What we do today will decide the future. Shop locally whenever you can. First National Bank. Together we grow. Member FDIC. Online at first-national.com.
The Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
Tomcat football.
Colton Ward kicks it off. Oh, my goodness. Kicks it right into the player of the defense. And I don't even know what to say here.
Number 50, Declan Neighbor, just took it off the shoulder and allowed the Tomcats to jump back on it on the 42-yard line of their own. Because it bounced 10 yards backwards.
That is insane. Colton Ward I don't think he was trying to do that, but he just straight punted one right into the shoulder pad of the defending player. And like you said, went back 10 yards, and we were able to jump on a Tomcat football off the kickoff, and Tomcats moving the ball yet again here.
The unintentional onside kick, you got to love it. As Sikorsky's going to get it in the middle, he's going to make a move, and he's going to pick up 11 yards to start.
He certainly is, and that's with 29 seconds to go. They'll move the sticks, but I think that'll probably be the last play of the first quarter. You don't
What a way
expect
to
Tomcats to
finish
move it, but my goodness. I was not expecting that. I was getting ready to say who was the return man.
Oh, hold on. They blew the whistle because they're going to measure this. I look like he originally had it by a mile, but where they're spotting it, it's going to be a little bit closer.
I think he's got it. I mean, the sticks
You got the better look than I do this time.
The sticks are on this side of it. I don't understand why that's a measurement. It looks like he's got it by at least maybe almost a football.
We're going to find out for sure. Might as well be for sure. We're in the OHSAA playoffs. Oh, wow. The stretch looked tough, but it is going to be half a football
half
length.
a football. So, yeah, it's a first down for the Tomcats.
Whenever they first stretch it out, it always looks like you're going to be short. And then as it lowers to the ground, it gets a little shorter, and it obviously works out. But that initial stretch, every time they stretch the chains, is a little worrisome.
So they put it up to the 48, and the clock will continue to run here.
And Tomcats, I do believe, have to run one because the play clock would be at 25 off this reset.
Yeah, so they'll run one play here left in the first quarter. Before we get into the second, we'll switch sides of the field. But wishbone set, Jasek under center. He hands it off. Sikorsky again. And, gets upended, but he gets almost back to another first down. I think they're going to give him just 9 there. That's 9. Just short. But that's actually going to do it for the first quarter of action. Trimble up 14-0 here in Week 11, the first week of the playoffs. We'll be back after we switch sides and put another 12 on the clock here on Wild Country 107.7.
In Nelsonville, Fred Wolf Automotive is your local solution to your automotive needs. Whether it's your first car or your last, they are here to help. People always ask, who is Fred Wolf? He was their great-great-grandpa who had a car dealership in Nelsonville in the 1950s. They thought it was fitting to bring his name and some of his entrepreneurial spirit back to life. The inventory is constantly changing, so if they do not have what you are looking for, please give them a call. Local people who love to help local people. Fred Wolf Automotive, located at 1273 Chestnut Street in Nelsonville, 614-309-1756.
Are you planning to install a new garage door or garage door opener? Don't do it yourself. Call the experts at My Garage Door Company in Athens, a family-owned company, father and son, in business for over 10 years. They're certified and can do service and repair on all garage doors, mainly residential and light commercial. Call today for an estimate, 740-818-2915, from My Garage Door Company.
The Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
All right, we got another 12 minutes on the clock here. Second quarter action is set to take underway as the Tomcats have it second down and 1 from the Fisher Catholic 39-yard line. If you're just joining us, Tomcats score off of an interception the last drive. This drive, they kick it off into a Fisher Catholic and onside kick it, but they do go ahead and hand it off here. Another first down for the Tomcats. They keep methodically moving this ball down the field, and that's exactly what Coach Ferris had in mind this game.
He really did, as they haven't gone out of their wing T formation one time so far. It's such a Coach Ferris thing to do in the playoffs. Over the last couple of weeks, we've seen a couple different formations, maybe necessity from injuries, but he's in the playoffs. He's got his full boat of guys. He's going to run the same formation all night long.
Yeah, there's no need to, you know what week 9 or week 11, week 12 hold. And unless you have to get out of it, there's no reason to steer away from it. They go ahead and hand it off this time. Moyer trying to get to the outside. A flag comes down in the backfield. I think we're going to get a holding call.
Unfortunately, did a pretty good job of, I think, getting hands off at just the wrong time, though, unfortunately, for the Tomcats.
So that's the first penalty of the game for the Tomcats.
Marcus Cable came over on the pull and just pulled Hyde O'Reilly a touch.
Pull and pulled. So that'll bring him back 10 yards, and we'll replay first down. Really hasn't been too much of an issue for the Tomcats picking up the yardage. So first down and 20, but does certainly back them up, and we'll see if this is enough to delay with the Tomcats. They haven't been able to be stopped tonight, so I don't see, Fisher Catholic really being able to do much. They haven't been able to do much on defense yet.
That one, they did kind of have Moyer stopped up a little bit. He was only going to get about 2 yards, and I think that came because Cable had to release the hold he had on Hyde.
This time Jasic's going to roll it out himself on the option, going to keep it, and he's going to pick up about 7 yards of that back. So we're going to get about 2nd down and 13, maybe 14 to go.
As that was a option that he had on the rollout there, and I think he was really trying to get that defensive end to commit hard. He never quite did, but as soon as Jacek did take a step upfield, he had Owen Sikorsky so wide open, and I think Sikorsky knew it too.
Yeah, Tomcats have only thrown the ball one time. That was in the first drive, and it was a completed pass.
The first play of the game,
to a check. Yeah, it was a check down receiver. It was completed, but really haven't had to do much other than that. As the run game has been efficient enough.
See if it keeps going. As that time they're going to curly Q like we like. Jacek gets away from a couple guys. He's still going.
Gets to the 30, up to about the 26 before being taken down. And that's going to be enough for about
11 yards there, and there's going to be
much more manageable 3rd down.
3rd down and a long 2. Now it's a little better to 3rd down and regular 2.
Sticks finally moved there. A nice job there by Jacek, creating extra space for himself.
He really did. He got around a couple guys on the edge, too.
Just kind of hopping over defenders and, not letting the shoestring tackle hit him. That time continues to roll as well. Jacek's going to hand it off Sikorsky. Sikorsky going to get hit by the line there as it's going to be Caden Delabar.
Delabar came across. I say Hooper knew it was his fault. He let the man come across his face playing the tight end down there, and just can't let that happen.
No, that's really the first time tonight that really happened. But it's going to bring up 4th down and 1. You expect the Tomcats to for sure go for it here. First time tonight we've really seen a miscue from the line.
It is, and still got everybody. Tomcat faithful getting a little loud here. They're going to go Jacek sneak, and I think he got it.
Yeah, he jumped over the pile, and I think that's going to be enough for the first, but we will see.
Certainly going to end up with a measurement, but I think it's enough.
It's close.
They're going to measure it.
They can't tell. Yeah, they can't tell. The officials are going to call the official timeout for the 3rd time here in the half.
As I can't quite tell where the stick is lined up on that far side, but the nose of the ball, actually the full ball, is laying on the
30, on the 24-yard line, right?
And I think that stick was just in between the 24 and the 25, so I think they're going to have it, but it's going to be close. They are. They're going to have it by even more. Full ball length this time.
Full ball. So because it was on this side of the hash, it was over here. The sticks are on the far side. The head official, he couldn't see it. So I can understand that. And it's best to go ahead, especially when you're in a playoff game.
Get it all
to
right.
Make sure you got it exactly the correct way. Clock will continue to run here now. So the Tomcats just being able to create it after the big penalty, creating the holding call back, getting the 1st down.
Big job by Jacek there to get him down the field a couple times as he's going to turn, hand it to Moyer off the reverse. He's going to be able to pick up about 5 yards.
Yeah, he falls forward past the 20 and puts the Tomcats back in red zone territory here. The Irish still being backed up.
First opportunity he's had to carry it since his touchdown.
So now 2nd down and 5. We just hit under 8 minutes. Clock continues to roll. Tomcats in no hurry.
Not at all. This is a game that's just all about control for them.
Fisher Catholic's only had the ball for 4 plays. Yeah, it was for 3 plays, actually. But this time they're going to hand it to Sikorsky. Sikorsky going to bounce out to the right-hand side, and he's going to be just short of the 1st down marker. Picks up about 4 there.
Be 1 yard short as Hooper trying to talk about the fact that somebody landed right on top of him. Not really anything you can do about that, but he was just trying to defend his guy.
Yeah. So 3rd down and 1. Jacek will head over and see Coach Ferris and come back in the huddle to give this play. You got to think Definite run.
I will say they've started to blitz their guys like, 74, who we've talked about, as well as Hyde O'Reilly from the other side. They're kind of bringing those guys quickly, trying to clamp down on the edges of this line. As a ball, I think the ball went out, I don't think Sikorsky ever realized he didn't have the ball.
And that's going to be a turnover. The Fisher Catholic has the football.
Oh, wow.
And I believe who came up with that was Leo Hampshire. The first mistake of the night for the Tomcats.
As I thought the handoff looked funny, but then Sikorsky didn't even make a move like he had dropped the ball. Maybe he didn't. It was too far gone. He just knew he wasn't going to be able to get to it.
Yeah, I don't think it was just kind of a blown-up situation. And for Fisher Catholic, really the first good thing to happen to them tonight, they'll get it first down and 10 from their own 12-yard line. They've got a long way to go.
Got to see if they bring O'Reilly to the wide side of the field. They do, but they're going to hand it middle to the big guy instead. They're setting that up that at some point O'Reilly's going to be all on his own around the wide side of the field. I know that's what they're looking for.
And they did give it to Armstrong, and he gets it up to the 19-yard line, so a pickup of 6.
That's what he's done so far when he gets the opportunity.
Tough man to stop, but he doesn't have all the speed in the world, but his size alone makes him hard to stop. He is the single back set. They send O'Reilly in motion.
But they give it to him again, but Corbin Lanning was there. And he's still rolling. He ends up getting 2 yards because the whole pile just spun and rolled. What was that?
Lanning's a big man, but I think Armstrong has about 30 pounds on him.
Wow. As Lanning wrapped him up soon and was dragging him down, but just kind of bowling ball.
Yeah, he did. He just took him with him. And that's the size of Armstrong. Armstrong's just that big back in the backfield. So they go to him again. Now 3rd down and 2. It's going to be a short 2.
They've got these wings here.
They send O'Reilly in motion again. This time they hand it off to him. And he gets upended, but he's going to pick up the first down.
Just barely. I mean, he gets 1.25 yards, and he needed 1.1 yards. I mean, it wasn't very much.
So that's not really the kind of football they can play, though. They've got they can't play methodical like Trimble has been. They're down by 2 touchdowns. That's the clock is not in their favor as we come into 5 minutes coming on the clock. It continues to roll.
They do get the ball coming out of halftime, though, so they know controlling this section of the game is going to be important.
They do go under center again, and they're going to go in that tight set.
They go reverse the other way.
This time they hand it off to number 8. That's going to be Morales.
Jaden Morales. As they set it up the same kind of way that they've been working with O'Reilly, just ran it a little delayed and picked up 4 yards.
So now 2nd down and 6 with 4:35 left here in the half. Tomcats up 14-0. Week 11 playoff action.
Now they come out spread here. 3 receivers one side. It's going to be O'Reilly on his own on the other side.
You got to think that that's the way they're going. That he'll definitely look that way, and they do. They intend it down the field,
and he
it's
catches
hot.
it. Wow.
Double coverage, and he catches the ball, gets it into Trimble territory all the way over to the 40-yard line.
As that's just Kiefer putting it on a dot to his receiver over there.
Wow. My goodness, and you know now why they go to Hyde O'Reilly as their favorite intended receiver.
Big old 20. Shoot. Oh, just goodness. How far it went. 34-yarder.
So 34-yard pass. Nice pass by Kiefer. And this time we're going to get a false start. So that'll back up the Irish 5 yards. Tomcats really need to keep this drive out of the end zone. They would love a 2-touchdown lead going into halftime for sure.
O'Reilly put his hands up at the exact moment, or Kiefer just put it in the bucket the best you can. A couple different things you could say about that one. It just looked good as they're going spread again here.
And single set over to that left side. You got to look at O'Reilly again. They're looking his way. Same play.
Thing is, Tomcats are there again, so they're going to get, unfortunately, they're going to get Smith for a yank on the towel or on the leg, so it's going to be pass interference, even though I don't know if it ever would have affected it. The ball was over the head of O'Reilly all day long.
So you think, yeah, you're right.
I think they're discussing if it affected it.
I mean, I don't think it did. I think it was overthrown over the head, but
they're going to call it
anyway.
Because they're going to say they declined it, though, so they could get the first down. Or wait, no.
You can't decline it because then it's an interception.
It wasn't a catch. You can't decline it. It wasn't a catch.
It's an incomplete pass. You have to accept the penalty.
It was an interception. Yeah,
they said they declined it. You can't decline it, otherwise it's Trimble football. Let's go ahead and talk about this again, guys.
Yeah, they've got to talk about this. Holy moly.
The official just said he declined the penalty. Trimble intercepted the football. You decline it, and it's Trimble football. You just accept the penalty and take the 15 yards.
Absolutely. So let's see. Now they're going to come out. And they're going to relay it to Coach Ferris. Pass interference.
Okay.
On the defense, and they accept it.
Now they accept it. Okay, so which will put the ball at the 30-yard line. They were back a 15-yard penalty. They had 15 yards to first down.
No matter what. Should have been automatic first, but it's going to give them a first.
It would be right at where the sticks are for the first down.
How fun that would have been if they made a mistake like that.
I mean, I've seen crazier things in football, but, I mean, you want to give the ball back to the Tomcats, I'm all for it. 4 minutes and 3 seconds to go here in the half.
They're staying spread. See if
they're going to go again.
No, they go the other way. That's over there to Declan, but it was too far.
Just out of the reach of his intended receiver. Yeah, that's Morales out there. He let him just a little too much. And this is where we see the Irish start airing it out.
Understandably, for sure, as you kind of have to. 3:58. You're in plus territory here.
Now you wonder, do you go back to the big man or go back to number 4? See if O'Reilly or Armstrong gets the carry here just to try to pick up a first down and keep this drive going.
They're going to flip Morales to be twins either side instead of one man over there. See if they're trying to open up O'Reilly a little more. I don't know if it's going to work, though. The Tomcats are pretty much game planned for him. That's
they
an incomplete
intend that
pass
one
there.
for Ethan O'Reilly, the sophomore, I'm guessing, brother of Hyde O'Reilly.
That one, you could tell Kiefer put a lot on it, and I'm not sure if a young guy's going to be able to drag it in the same way your senior is.
Yeah, he smoked that over the middle of the field. Going to bring up 3rd down and 10 here, so you got to think you're probably going to have to throw it here. If not, you want to pick up at least a manageable 4th down, but they need to get to the 20 for a first down here.
And they're going to take a timeout to talk about it. We'll take one, too, here on your playoff game of the week on Wild Country 107.7.
What's one of the worst feelings you can get? The one that hits you in the pit of your stomach. You can't find your keys. I have a solution. Announcing the new location of Athens Automotive Keys at 528 Richland Avenue in Athens. Dan and Gloria can take care of lost keys, transponder keys and programming, key duplication for house or business, and they now provide locksmith service. Athens Automotive Keys is open Monday through Friday, noon till 5:30 at 528 Richland Avenue, Athens. Call 740-590-6843.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent is McFadden Insurance. Get a quote today by calling 753-1905.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
The Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
Oh. Welcome back as the pass is thrown, intended for Jaden Morales, wide open over the middle, and he drops it. That would have been an open touchdown.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Jaden Morales wants that ball back for sure. That's one of those situations where you take your eyes off the football, I think because you feel a safety might be coming, but there was nobody there.
There wasn't, as he was kind of in the safety level already, considering they are playing Moyer over the top of O'Reilly.
So Jaden Morales definitely shaking his head after that one, as that should have been an Irish touchdown. But thank goodness for the Tomcats after the little bit of blown coverage. I mean, you couldn't put the ball any better in his hands.
Again, it might be key for just zipping these passes. He can throw them over the middle pretty darn hard.
Yeah, he's got a gun on him, that's for sure. But you've got to make those catches, and especially in the playoffs, you got to make those catches, and that's an opportunity missed for this Irish team here. Now they go trip set over to the right. Hyde O'Reilly by himself. They're going to keep it over, and it's going to be batted down.
Perfectly played by Paul Sharp over there against Ethan O'Reilly.
And that's going to be a turnover on downs. First down for the Tomcats.
As Sharp knew he was just going to have to jump up there, didn't have a chance to put two hands on it, but swung his hand through and easily knocked it away.
That was intended for number 6, Jaden Ramsey Scott. His first intended pass of the night. And Sharp, like you said, played that perfectly.
Excuse me.
So Tomcats will take over 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. We've had a little back-and-forth football here on this second quarter.
3:43, though. They could get it all the way down and put it in. Need a big run in between it all, though.
Wishbone set, not straying away. And this time back in the backfield, they get taken down. Big number 74, Caden Delabar, got through the hole. And that's going to be Trimble's first loss rush of the night.
Again, that is somebody, I think your tight end again. I think that's Chase Patton instead of Isaiah Hooper. Just let the man cross his face. Moving up to that next block. And as a tight end, sometimes you don't always know. Even in this offense, you don't always know. And that's the second time that they've allowed him to blow it up because the tight ends missed a block.
And it's been Delabar on that. So that's their best lineman out there. He's really been the tackle horse for this defense on the front line.
As they go shotgun here for the first time, Patton and Hooper are on the line. They split out Osborne with Sharp.
Ball's on the ground. Jasek has to pick it up. We're going to get a fumble, but then a pickup by Jasek.
And then
they're going to have to call face mask there, I think.
They just threw a flag for, either a face mask or late, but I think it's face mask. And I think that's what that's going to do is it's going to help out Brady Jasek and end up giving him maybe a first down.
Yeah, we're going to get a personal foul, face mask. Yeah, I was wondering if they were going to call it. I knew they threw the orange marker for the fumble, but the face mask came in after Jasek had picked it back up, tried to make it out to the right side, and on the tackle got face mask.
Unfortunately, won't give them the first down as it was from the spot. So it's going to be now 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, 3rd down and 3. But a much more manageable. Is it 3rd down or still second down?
Should be second, actually, I believe, unless they were saying the personal foul was
after the play. I didn't see dead ball. But they're saying 3rd down and 3.
They're letting it be 3rd. All right.
Clock continues to run as well.
Return, handed to Sikorsky. He's going to spin, try to make a move.
Gets up to the 40-ish yard line, almost. They're going to mark him short. They're going to say he didn't get there, got to the 39. So 4th down and 1.
I still find it interesting that was 3rd down.
I thought, with a face mask penalty, you replay the down, right?
I assumed so as well.
I didn't see the official say anything about a dead ball, personal foul.
Either way, they've got to run a 4th and 1 here.
See if Jasek keeps himself. He was able to get it the first time. He does fall forward, and he definitely got it this time. He's over the 40 to the 40, or the 39, or I'm sorry, the 41. So 1st down for the Tomcats, and this clock will continue to run after the chains reset. Tomcats still hold on to that 2-touchdown lead, 14-0. You got to think Tomcats here just continue to run the ball. There's no reason to do anything crazy.
Right. Again, hope for a big one maybe. Hope to put one in one more time here. But you're not trying to be special, that's for sure.
Jasek has the option.
Let Delabar
does finally
pitch
it. He finally pitches it off. And they're going to pick up another first down for the Tomcats, 11 yards. Jasek kept it for about 4 yards past the line of scrimmage and then finally decided to pitch it off. And I think that was Sikorsky that ended up getting all the yardage. So,
as the coach Ferris wants a timeout here, maybe he is trying to set something up to finish out with a touchdown. We'll take another quick one here on your playoff game of the week on Wild Country 107.7.
This is XYZ Insurance. How can I help?
I have a question about my home policy.
Okay, question about phone policy.
Home policy.
Okay, gnome policy.
HOME, home.
Technology is great, but sometimes it's better to talk with a real person. With Erie Insurance, you have a caring, independent agent who's with you from beginning to end. Your Erie agent is McFadden Insurance. Get a quote today by calling 753-1905. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
The hottest sip of the season is about to drop. Are you ready for it? I don't think you're ready. Okay, here it is. When you order in the McDonald's app, you can get exclusive offers. Just listen to these deals. Get 2 tasty sausage burritos for $3 or free medium fries when you spend $1. You heard it here first. Skip the lines and save money. Win-win. New hot deals are dropping in the app all the time, and we're about to turn up the heat. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid 10/28/24 through 11/17/24. Participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Must opt into rewards. Valid when product served.
The Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
Welcome back as Jasek's going to throw back. He's going to go back to pass. Going deep downfield. He's got Patton. And Patton with the big catch inside the 6. I think they're going to mark him down right at the 6-yard line. My goodness, what a throw by Jasek across his body. And Coach Ferris draws it up perfect at the perfect time. Puts the Tomcats down within scoring distance with 1:06. Clock continues to run. I formation now for the Tomcats.
As it's going to be a false start by Sharp. He was trying to move on a kind of fake motion, and he just didn't have it.
Yeah, but I think he didn't know exactly where he was going to go, too. You put him down there quick. Not everybody was on the same page.
As that is a 56-yard bomb.
What a big play there by the Tomcats, yeah.
Maybe you could bump that up to about a 50-yarder. Just bombed it up there.
And we're going to get another timeout by the Tomcats. We'll go ahead and take it with them and be back for your game of the week here on Wild Country 107.7.
Pidcock Glass is the largest full-service glass company in the area. They've been serving Southeast Ohio for over 30 years and have over 100 years in combined experience. They do it all: commercial, residential, screen, mirrors, tabletops, and heavy equipment. Have a unique issue? Just let them know. Check them out online at pidcockglass.com or call 740-753-4527 to set up an appointment or stop in at 500 East Canal Street in Nelsonville. Pidcock Glass.
Tax season's greetings from your friends at H&R Block. Whether you choose to file virtually, in person, or via drop-off, let's make it a season worth celebrating. File your way with H&R Block and get upfront, transparent pricing, expert help at every step, and a max refund guarantee that means you'll ring in the season by getting every dollar you deserve. All tax situations are different. Not everyone gets a refund. Limitations apply. See hrblock.com/guarantees.
H&R Block at 507 Richland Avenue in the old Morrison School Building in Athens. 740-589-5403.
You're listening to the High School Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7 WSEO Nelsonville.
Welcome back after the penalty there for a 5-yard setback. It'll be first and goal from the 11. A pitch to Sikorsky, trying to find space. He gets back up right about where the original line of scrimmage was. I think they put him down about the 6-yard line. So that'll bring up second down and goal for the Tomcats.
So you got to give a shout-out to the defense there, being able to collapse in late. As the Tomcats are trying to move quickly, they go flip it the other way. Now they're going to pitch it to Sikorsky on that wide-open side of the field. See if he can get to the corner. He's going to be down at the 1. He lost the ball, but they're going to say it was on the ground is how he lost it.
He was down at the 1-yard line. They're going to say down in bounds, though, too. So that clock will continue to run.
And that's why Coach Ferris wants his last time out. He really wants a touchdown right before the end, knowing he doesn't get it back after half.
He does. So with third down and 1, we'll go ahead and take that last time out. Be back for your game of the week here on Wild Country 107.7.
There's only one perfect food for watching or listening to sports. Pizza! Get ready for the game by calling one of the 3 locations of Little Italy Pizza in Nelsonville, Gloucester, or New Straitsville. Dough made fresh every day with 3 crusts to choose from, with all the toppings a pizza lover craves. Little Italy Pizza also features mouth-watering subs, sandwiches, salads, and appetizers. Open 7 days a week. Gloucester, New Straitsville, and Nelsonville. Locally owned and operated.
That man. Call the man. Call the man. Just call the man. Just call the man. You better call that man. Call the man. We'll call the man. Call the man. Why didn't you call the man? I should have called the man like you said.
Call Coach's Appliance Heating and Air to take care of your appliances along with your heating and cooling needs. Call or text Nick today at 740-594-1865. That's 740-594-1865. A family-owned business since 1986. Coach's Appliance Heating and Air.
The Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
Welcome back. They'll hand it off. 1-yard touchdown run. It is going to be good by Sikorsky, as Owen Sikorsky with a 1-yard touchdown run right over the middle, jumps over the defense and extends that Tomcat lead now 20-0. And we're going to go for a 2-point conversion here. Isaiah, what a good drive there by the Tomcats. When they needed it the most, they air it out big.
They did, and they were able to get it into as Gowan's in for Sikorsky on this one. They're going to turn, hand it to him. Can he shuffle his way through? It looks like he did. It is good.
It
2
is
points
good.
up.
So 22-0 now. 21 seconds left before the half. We'll go ahead and keep it here. Isaiah, my goodness, what a good drive there. Like we were just saying, Tomcats taking a lot of time off the clock, and they really have had the ball most of this first half. And when they've had it, they've only had really one hiccup, and that was that fumble. As they were really close, almost within the 10-yard line, they dropped the ball there. But other than that, it has been a pretty flawless first half for this Tomcat offense.
Time of possession is unfortunately one thing I cannot keep track of over here in my stat book, but it was a phenomenal job there. As I think Fisher Catholic had it about, maybe 2 minutes total in that first quarter and about 5 in that second. So you are just crushing it if you are the Tomcats right now in that realm. And we talked about how that's going to matter. You can still control the clock, control all that. It's all about what you do with the air attack from the Irish on the other side. And a couple of plays have got there, but they've closed it down when they really had to.
Yeah, you've seen the air attack come out in that second drive, and I think they used it a little earlier than they wanted to. But when they were down 2 scores, you had to see it come out. Now you're down 3 scores. You got to think you're going to see a lot more of that air attack offense.
I bet it's 3 straight plays of just how far can we get it down the field to Hyde O'Reilly.
So the last time Colton Ward kicked it right into the defender.
His hands are ready this time, but I don't think that's going to matter.
They are all ready, so we'll see. As this time it does take a bounce, and it is going to be returnable. And
as O'Reilly's man just knocked him down. Oh my God.
Goodness. So Hyde O'Reilly caught it, and then Leo Hampshire, his own back there with him, tackled him down.
They both looked like they were trying to go for the ball, and then Hampshire just never got away from being hip to hip. He was hip to hip the whole time.
Yeah, and hip checked him. So that'll be a first down and 10 from the 26-yard line. They had a little running room, but Hyde O'Reilly probably a little upset with his guy there. But, just a little miscommunication, and that's all it takes to make something happen bad in football.
As O'Reilly, for the first time, is going to be on the trip side of the field here in this spread offense. And he's all alone in the middle. Nobody was going to even let him. Wow. They got to be on him a little quicker than that.
They do go right to him. That's going to be a first down.
And a timeout.
So is it a quick timeout? I'm not sure.
Coach got a timeout. I saw him getting it over there.
A quick timeout. We'll go ahead and take it with him as they're moving the ball. 14 seconds left. We'll be back for your Game of the Week here on Wild Country 107.7.
The Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
No matter what business you're in, it's about people. It's about treating others the way you'd like to be treated. The word service literally means helpful act of assistance. We know that our local merchants offer more helpful acts of assistance than any other place where you'd care to shop. Together we grow. First National Bank. Together we grow. Member FDIC. Online at first-national.com.
In Nelsonville, Fred Wolf Automotive is your local solution to your automotive needs. Whether it's your first car or your last, they are here to help. People always ask, who is Fred Wolf? He was their great-great-grandpa who had a car dealership in Nelsonville in the 1950s. They thought it was fitting to bring his name and some of his entrepreneurial spirit back to life. The inventory is constantly changing, so if they do not have what you are looking for, please give them a call. Local people who love to help local people. Fred Wolf Automotive, located at 1273 Chestnut Street in Nelsonville, 614-309-1756.
You're listening to the High School Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7 WSEO Nelsonville.
After the timeout, they look to go back to pass again. Kiefer trying to find somebody downfield. They go to Carnes. Carnes in and out of his hands. He drops it.
On the comeback route, just looked like he started looking up the field again a little too quick.
So now 2nd down and 10 with 8 seconds to go here in the half.
It's your last play here because you're probably wanting Hyde O'Reilly to get down the field.
As Kiefer goes back to pass.
He had to get it rid of it early and almost intercepted again by Luke. Luke Osborne's almost had 3 interceptions.
Yeah, I mean, he's caught 2 of them. One came back for pass interference, but that one just in and out of his hands as he jumps up high. Just unable to bring it down.
What it does do is stop the clock with 2 seconds, so now you can run one more.
One more play here, 3rd down and 10. They have it at their own 43-yard line. You got to think Tomcats putting that prevent defense out there. Just don't let anything by you, and you go to halftime with a 22-0 lead. So unless something crazy happens, you got to think they're only rushing 4. Kiefer looks off to the outside. You got to keep O'Reilly in your sights.
As they're going to sack him.
Yeah, they certainly do. They got to him. The Tomcats, the first time tonight, they get to Kiefer. And that's
they're going to throw a penalty flag, though, and give him an extra play. They're going to say that. They're going to throw that and say that it was unnecessary roughness, even though they were just falling off the pile.
I mean, there was a whole pile of Tomcats. I mean, it was kind of a rugby scrum, really.
I know. Nobody was trying to hurt anybody. It was just how they fell off the pile. But they're going to give them the penalty.
So they're going to say dead ball personal foul.
And that gives an untimed down, I do believe.
That moves the sticks. And we'll see. They're going to give them one more play.
Wow.
With 0 seconds left here in the half.
Tough, as they put that one on Marcus Cable.
That's ridiculous. Come on now.
Because he was the one that I think initiated the fall. I don't think they were letting everybody kind of stand, and then I think Cable initiated a fall. And
so they're going to call a timeout here again. So we're going to get a timeout, the last timeout taken.
I think it's last timeout of the half.
Yeah.
Nobody's got any timeouts left.
So for one more play, they'll get one timeout here. We'll just go ahead and keep it here as we, we're going to get a quick timeout, and this will be the last play of the game.
Last play of the half.
Last play of the half. I'm sorry, before we get into halftime, but. Isaiah, on that, you got to feel for the Tomcats. You haven't been able to get to Keeler all night long, and then Kiefer all night long, and then, you finally get to him. And what didn't really look like much of a, personal foul. I wouldn't call it a personal foul. You just tackle the quarterback. They're going to say, what, unnecessary roughness?
Yeah, again, that was the pile just falling. And, you can fault somebody for making it fall, I guess, but there were 7-8 bodies stacked up on top of each other.
So here we go. With 0 seconds left here in the half, one more play. Kiefer back under the gun.
Tomcats got everybody deep.
They go deep.
He just releases it.
It is going to fall to the ground. Incomplete. No flags. So that's going to do it for your half. The Tomcats lead here at home on Week 11, 22-0. They've got the goose egg on the board. The defense has done its job in this first half. We'll be back for your Athens Insurance Services halftime show here on Wild Country 107.7.
I'm Dr. Amy Maggard, and I'm a pediatrician at Holzer in Athens. Choosing to practice here meant coming home for me, and I'm able to give back to the community that I love. When it comes to local health care, think Holzer first.
I'm Dr. Aaron Ramsey, and I've been a chiropractor here at Holzer Athens for 20 years. I love this community and its people. It's why I choose to work and raise my family here. It's all about community, and that's why I think Holzer first.
Rutland Bottled Gas has been in Southeast Ohio since 1947 and serve all the surrounding counties in West Virginia and Ohio. At Rutland Bottled Gas, they have products that make your life more comfortable, like propane for your home, business, farm, and industry, space heaters, ventless log sets, Weber grills, and gas and electric ranges. Rutland Bottled Gas has you covered with 2 locations to better serve your needs. 282 Main Street, Rutland, and 177 North Plains Road in the Plains. Visit rutlandbottledgas.com or call 740-742-2511.
Tax season's greetings from your friends at H&R Block. Whether you choose to file virtually, in person, or via drop-off, let's make it a season worth celebrating. File your way with H&R Block and get upfront, transparent pricing, expert help at every step, and a max refund guarantee that means you'll ring in the season by getting every dollar you deserve. All tax situations are different. Not everyone gets a refund. Limitations apply. See hrblock.com/guarantees.
H&R Block at 507 Richland Avenue in the old Morrison School Building in Athens. 740-589-5403.
Since 1926, Athens Insurance Services has focused on doing one thing and doing it well, providing peace of mind through affordable, comprehensive insurance protection. Whether you're looking for car insurance for your new teenage driver, home insurance for your first home, protection for your business, or life insurance, they've got you covered. Representing Central Insurance Company, count on Andrew, Mike, Kendra, Hannah, Chelsea, and Brent. Athens Insurance Services at 375 Richland Avenue. Call 740-593-6639.
The hottest sip of the season is about to drop. Are you ready for it? I don't think you're ready. Okay, here it is. When you order in the McDonald's app, you can get exclusive offers. Just listen to these deals. Get 2 tasty sausage burritos for $3 or free medium fries when you spend $1. You heard it here first. Skip the lines and save money. Win-win. New hot deals are dropping in the app all the time, and we're about to turn up the heat. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid 10/28/24 through 11/17/24. Participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Must opt into rewards. Valid when product served.
That man. Call the man. Call the man. Just call the man. Just call the man. You better call that man. Call the man. We'll call the man. Call the man. Why didn't you call the man? I should have called the man like you said.
Call Coach's Appliance Heating and Air to take care of your appliances along with your heating and cooling needs. Call or text Nick today at 740-594-1865. That's 740-594-1865. A family-owned business since 1986. Coach's Appliance Heating and Air.
Pidcock Glass is the largest full-service glass company in the area. They've been serving Southeast Ohio for over 30 years and have over 100 years in combined experience. They do it all: commercial, residential, screen, mirrors, tabletops, and heavy equipment. Have a unique issue? Just let them know. Check them out online at pidcockglass.com or call 740-753-4527 to set up an appointment or stop in at 500 East Canal Street in Nelsonville. Pidcock Glass.
Since 1926, Athens Insurance Services has focused on doing one thing and doing it well, providing peace of mind through affordable, comprehensive insurance protection. Whether you're looking for car insurance for your new teenage driver, home insurance for your first home, protection for your business, or life insurance, they've got you covered. Representing Central Insurance Company, count on Andrew, Mike, Kendra, Hannah, Chelsea, and Brent. Athens Insurance Services at 375 Richland Avenue. Call 740-593-6639.
The Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
Welcome back, and this is your Athens Insurance Services halftime show. I'm Dustin Goldsberry alongside Isaiah Lyle. Thanks to Mark Hunter for keeping us back on at the studio. The Trimble Tomcats over the Fisher Catholic Irish 22-0 at halftime. That's right, 22-0. Trimble is leading Fisher Catholic, and it's been all Tomcats. The Fisher Catholic Irish have been unable to respond here in this first half.
And I'm not sure, unless they find another big pass in there, if they're going to be able to at all.
Yeah, it's really been all Tomcats. They've been methodical about their offensive drives. It's been, really Coach Ferris doing a great job. I'll say this, at the running game, they've played it pretty much perfect. They've had, one mess up, but, it's been a pretty solid game.
I still don't think they've run a play not out of the, their wing tee there, their wishbone. I don't think they've actually run a run play out of it, just pass plays when they're not in it.
Yeah, and, the play call there at the end of the half, for Coach Ferris to just bomb the field down. Chase Patton with a great catch and, able to extend that Trimble drive into Fisher Catholic territory and then put another 6 points on the board, convert the 2-point conversion, and that gives you that 22-0 score.
It's a great job. And, yes, the touchdowns in there from Owen Sikorsky, from, Matthew Moyer, they were needed in there for sure as well because, without them, you're sitting in a slightly different game. Maybe you take a little bit more time off the clock. Fisher Catholic has a little less, but, putting them in when you did was pretty crucial there because it allows this defense to rest just enough. You can't rest everybody with Tomcats. They're playing plenty of guys both ways, but it allowed guys like, allowed guys like Dixon to get a little extra breather because he's doing some work out there being in the slot, covering guys for this passing attack for Fisher Catholic.
Yeah, they've done well. I think, the Tomcat defense has done its job. You give credit to Fisher Catholic a little bit there at the end, able to put more of a drive together. The Tomcats still have created enough turnovers and enough, forcible fourth downs to, maintain and control this game over the Irish. But at the same time, the Irish do have those threats out there, and you've got to look at Fisher Catholic having their quarterback back in Kiefer, and also you look at Haida Riley out there. I don't think you've utilized Armstrong enough in this game. If you're Fisher Catholic, I think you utilized him a little bit more in that tailback spot because he is a big boy and hard to take down. I don't think they ran him enough, but in turn of that, I think the Tomcats have done a good job at not allowing the Fisher Catholic Irish to run the ball as much as they would like just because they've run so much time off the clock.
Right. Because really they've only handed it off to Hyde O'Reilly himself maybe once or twice. They've given it to Gabe Armstrong a few times up the middle because he just kind of bowling balls his way 4 yards. And if that's the case, then maybe you got to set yourself up a little bit more. Maybe it's a double give to Armstrong and allow him to get a first down, allow him to get some breathing room. Yeah. And then you can hand it off to O'Reilly. And maybe they really don't run O'Reilly in that backfield as much as they realize, as much as we realize.
As what we thought initially, we only saw a little bit of their game film, from the last few weeks, but, from what I've seen, they did run it quite a bit with him, but, you're also getting your quarterback back in the swing of things that is a QB that can really air it out there, and I think, with as good as athlete as O'Reilly is on the field, he is obviously your go-to intended receiver that can make those catches and make those plays. You really want to utilize him more in the second half. You're going to have to pick up yardage quick and score quick. We said it in the pregame show. Fisher Catholic is a team that can score quickly, but they have to do it in the second half. They get the ball starting the second half. They're going to have to do something and answer. Otherwise, this game is going to be over for the Irish and Fisher Catholic before it gets started in the second half.
Right. I think they're going to move Hyde O'Reilly around a little more in those offensive formations. For a long time, we saw him just setting him up to where it was him alone on that far side, wide side of the field. And the Tomcats were able to put two men over him and, feel pretty confident in that coverage. Then they started sliding him around a little bit more, and he busted himself open there in the middle for a big gain. He was able to, again, be in the middle, but they just couldn't quite get him to him on the next play. So I think that they're going to start moving him around, trying to keep him off of the Paul Sharp, Matthew Moyer kind of tandem on that side.
Yeah, you look at you've got to keep him away from the ball hawk out there. Luke Osborne has found himself in good position on some of these passes tonight, almost intercepting three. He picked one off on an O'Reilly pass and really just was able to out-jump the athlete, which was impressive out there in that first quarter, really saying something about, he's not a big guy. Luke Osborne comes in only, he's 5'6", 5'7", maybe.
To be a little laughing about it, but he's not.
He's not a tall guy. He's not. But, his athleticism made him play that ball was amazing. So I'm giving him all credit. I'm a short guy myself. So, when you're a short guy, which he is, it's impressive to see you with the ups that you have, and you want to give him credit for his athleticism out there and being able to go up in there and take it over the bigger target. And, that's where the Tomcats have done a great job at, just shutting down the offense, which is a high-powered offense. I will say they've got a good team.
They can put points up when they've got Kiefer there. They can put points up.
And they just haven't been able to do it because of this Tomcat defense being so good out there and making the plays happen when they need to. We'll go ahead and the Tomcat Band doing a great job. They just finished up their set out here. We'll go ahead and take our first break of this Athens Insurance Services halftime show and be back for some stats and some scores around our area here on Wild Country 107.7.
The hottest sip of the season is about to drop. Are you ready for it? I don't think you're ready. Okay, here it is. When you order in the McDonald's app, you can get exclusive offers. Just listen to these deals. Get 2 tasty sausage burritos for $3 or free medium fries when you spend $1. You heard it here first. Skip the lines and save money. Win-win. New hot deals are dropping in the app all the time, and we're about to turn up the heat. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid 10/28/24 through 11/17/24. Participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Must opt into rewards. Valid when product served.
That man. Call the man. Call the man. Just call the man. Just call the man. You better call that man. Call the man. We'll call the man. Call the man. Why didn't you call the man? I should have called the man like you said.
Call Coach's Appliance Heating and Air to take care of your appliances along with your heating and cooling needs. Call or text Nick today at 740-594-1865. That's 740-594-1865. A family-owned business since 1986. Coach's Appliance Heating and Air.
Pidcock Glass is the largest full-service glass company in the area. They've been serving Southeast Ohio for over 30 years and have over 100 years in combined experience. They do it all: commercial, residential, screen, mirrors, tabletops, and heavy equipment. Have a unique issue? Just let them know. Check them out online at pidcockglass.com or call 740-753-4527 to set up an appointment or stop in at 500 East Canal Street in Nelsonville. Pidcock Glass.
In Nelsonville, Fred Wolf Automotive is your local solution to your automotive needs. Whether it's your first car or your last, they are here to help. People always ask, who is Fred Wolf? He was their great-great-grandpa who had a car dealership in Nelsonville in the 1950s. They thought it was fitting to bring his name and some of his entrepreneurial spirit back to life. The inventory is constantly changing, so if they do not have what you are looking for, please give them a call. Local people who love to help local people. Fred Wolf Automotive, located at 1273 Chestnut Street in Nelsonville, 614-309-1756.
If you're looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle, come to Tank's Auto Trading Post, located on State Route 13, just off of Route 33 and Columbus Road in Athens. With over 30 years of experience, you can trust that you will get a great deal at a great price. We also offer routine maintenance on your cars, such as brakes, oil changes, and tires. Tank's Auto Trading Post, where less overhead means less markup. Remember to think Tank for your next great car deal. Tank's Auto Trading Post, 740-594-8465, or visit us on the web at tanksautotradingpost.com.
One of the best tickets in town will always be activities at our local schools. Athletic events, concerts, and plays. You can always count on an enjoyable time. Our children are the future. Let's give them all the encouragement that we can. Go to a game, hear a concert, see a play. First National Bank. Together we grow. Member FDIC. Online at first-national.com.
The Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
Welcome back to your Athens Insurance Services halftime show as the Trimble Tomcats lead the Fisher Catholic Irish 22-0. And Isaiah, we had just broke down a little bit about the first half before we went on break. We just want to go over some stats of the first half. We've got quite a bit for you. So I'll turn it over to Mr. Isaiah Lyle as we hit you up with some stat lines.
As it is so far on the night, we're going to start with Fisher Catholic Grant Kiefer. He is unfortunately just 2 for 9 on the night, but he does have 48 yards in there. Throw in the interception, the one that counts as well. Hyde O'Reilly on the ground, just 7 yards off 3 carries. And then his buddy Gabe Armstrong, he's got 18 yards off of 3 carries. Man, I don't know how to read my own writing. Jay Morales, he also has 4 yards off 1 carry, and all 48 yards did go to Hyde O'Reilly in the air. When you go over to the other side for the Trimble Tomcats, Brady Jasek, he's 2 for 2. 58 yards there. Why not for Jasek? On the ground so far, he has got 20 yards. Matthew Moyer, he has got 64 yards and a touchdown tonight. Leading the way is Owen Sikorsky there, as he has got 114 yards, 2 touchdowns, and off 19 carries in your first half. Welcome back to the starting lineup, Mr. Sikorsky.
Yeah, no kidding. You really thought maybe tonight that Owen Sikorsky would kind of get a little bit of a break, just kind of coming in. It is his 18th birthday. It's his 18th birthday, so, but maybe he's feeling good, and I'm glad to hear that. But, you're coming off of a couple injury weeks, off a thigh injury, but you've really been a workhorse tonight and getting most of those carries from the last couple weeks. You really, you got to think Matthew Moyer's back's probably a little sore from, maybe kind of carrying this running game over the past few weeks, but he's done it well. And he's done his job tonight. You've seen him when he does get his carries. He's picking up yardage where he's needed. But
of course,
you're calling number 8's number, 19 times in that first half. That's impressive for a guy that's coming off of a couple injury weeks and really getting his feet going again. You've seen him kind of limp a little bit out there at times, but he's sticking his head in there. He knows it's week 11. He's given his all for his team, and that's really all you can ask. In that first half, carrying it 19 times, that's impressive to see him come back after a couple weeks off with a big injury.
His 20th carry would have been the 2-point conversion that Trevor Gowan ended up scoring there at the end. So Gowan does get a yard as well. And all 58 receiving yards had gone to Chase Patton.
Yeah, Chase Patton, I'm telling you what, dark horse out there doing his job, when it comes to the blocking game. Trimble is a big run game. They're a big run team anyway, but this game has been most of that. But when you only have to throw it twice and you're completing your passes when it's needed, that says something about this offense. They can pull it out when it's needed. It just hasn't had to be yet. Fisher Catholic hasn't had the and when you
are behind the sticks just once or twice.
Yeah, you really aren't able to stop the run game. And when that happens, that pass game really can open up. And, they've only gone on the shotgun, twice in this first half.
Tomcats, yeah.
Yeah, so.
If not, I don't know if they've gone at all. They've gone to I formation two or three times, so I don't even know if they've gone to shotgun.
Yeah, it's just been, it's been wishbone all night, and then, I formation. You've run it out of the I formation a couple times, but, you got to expect, if you're Fisher Catholic, you're not expecting a pass play at all. You've only thrown it twice, so every play you've got to be expecting run. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're blitzing. But even on the blitzes, the Tomcats coming around it, and you've only been stopped behind the line maybe once or twice all night long.
You really have. As it's been a kind of just all-encompassing, control for the Tomcats.
So we got a game here. Obviously the Tomcats with a 3-touchdown lead over Fisher Catholic. But we do have some games around the area. Week 11 playoff football. We've got some tight ones.
We do. Over on our sister station, 103.9 FM, 770 AM. The Nelsonville York Buckeyes, also a 6 seed up in Division 5, hosting the Union Local Jets there. They are up 13-10 as they rolled into half. As we keep it in Athens County, the Athens Bulldogs, the 7 seed in Division 3, they are beating Lyndon McKinley 14-0 there at Joe Burrow Stadium to start. And we'll go back to Division 7 here just up the road as the Miller Falcons, the 5 seed, just in front of the Trimble Tomcats, do hold the 21-6 lead over the Southern Tornadoes there.
So big games going on around our area, and we'll keep everybody up to date as we get through this one. But we've got still a game here. Anything can happen. It's playoff football. So, you go into the halftime. If you're Fisher Catholic here, I've got to expect, in my opinion, you're going air game. You've
really
got to try to put that air ball. You've got to get it out there, and you've got to find your main receiver. You've got to go to Hyde O'Reilly and find ways to get him involved in this game. He is your best athlete on that field that can make plays for you. That's what they're going to have to do to get themselves back in. And it's got to start with this first possession.
It really does. You've got to come out and just feed it to your guy. Feed it to the man that's going to get you down the field, and I think that's Hyde O'Reilly.
And for the Trimble Tomcats, I look at this, not doing anything different. I think, you're playing a great game. You're running the time off the clock that it takes when you do have possession, which they had a lot of in this first half. they were able to keep Fisher Catholic to, 3 possessions in the first half?
Right.
I mean, that's impressive. I mean, when you're able to...
Now, you did steal a possession in there with that onside kick.
Yeah, you stole possession from them, but when you stole that possession from Fisher Catholic, you were able to run so much more time off the clock. And in that second quarter, that's where I think Fisher Catholic wanted to run the ball a little bit more than they did. But unfortunately, you look up at the play clock or look up at the game clock, you only have 5 minutes left in the first half, and you're down by 2 touchdowns. You've got to start throwing the ball. That's when panic mode, I think, starts kicking in. And on the opposite sidelines, that's where the Irish go into air mode, which is what they've got to do here in this first half, or in this next half of football. But we're getting things back going here. I think we'll have about 3 minutes on the clock. But we're going to go ahead and take our last break of this Athens Insurance Halftime Show and be back with third quarter action here on Wild Country 107.7.
Since 1926, Athens Insurance Services has focused on doing one thing and doing it well, providing peace of mind through affordable, comprehensive insurance protection. Whether you're looking for car insurance for your new teenage driver, home insurance for your first home, protection for your business or life insurance, they've got you covered. Representing Central Insurance Company, count on Andrew, Mike, Kendra, Hannah, Chelsea, and Brent. Athens Insurance Services at 375 Richland Avenue. Call 740-593-6639.
What's one of the worst feelings you can get? The one that hits you in the pit of your stomach. You can't find your keys. I have a solution. Announcing the new location of Athens Automotive Keys at 528 Richland Avenue in Athens. Dan and Gloria can take care of lost keys, transponder keys and programming, key duplication for house or business, and they now provide locksmith service. Athens Automotive Keys is open Monday through Friday, noon till 5:30 at 528 Richland Avenue, Athens. Call 740-590-6843.
It seems like the cost of everything is on the rise. But Erie Insurance can help make sure your auto insurance premium isn't one of them. Avoid rate increases with Erie Rate Lock. Even if you have a claim, your rates won't go up until you change your car, driver, or address.
Your Erie agent is McFadden Insurance. Get a quote today by calling 753-1905.
Erie Rate Lock is not available in all states. Other conditions and limitations at erieinsurance.com. Go to erieinsurance.com for company licensure and product details.
Football season is here. Keep your athletes at their best with Holzer in Athens. Dr. Jason Cox Orthopedics and Dr. Aaron Ramsey Chiropractic Care are currently accepting new patients. From follow-up care to injury repair, our healthcare team at Holzer Athens will keep your athlete in the game. Call 855-446-5937 to schedule your appointment today. That's 855-446-5937.
The Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
All right. Third quarter action set to take place here as we count down to about 30 seconds left before kickoff. Both teams already out on the field, but the officials are going to wait till that 0 hits.
This is how playoff action works. Everybody's got to be even. Everybody's got to have the same amount of time going into next week. So that's why you give them the extra 3 minutes. You got to run the full extra 3 minutes.
And they're going to make sure that they hold that football right until Colton Ward is out there. He's ready, and you got to think he's one of the first men down there. That's for sure. When he kicks this off, he's looking to hit somebody. As return men for Fisher Catholic look like it's going to be Hyde O'Reilly. And I believe that's number 7 out there. That's going to be Leo Hampshire.
They still put him out there after the last one?
So he's the guy that tackled his own man out there. But we'll see if they can get together and, maybe get some better communication in this third quarter.
I mean, if you're Colt Ward, I think you want to kick it at him at this point. He's probably feeling a little nervous.
So Ward will be kicking right to left on your radio dial, and it will be third quarter action underway as it's going to be a onside kick. I don't know if it was intended or not, but it is going to be recovered by number 50 for Fisher Catholic. That's Declan Neighbor.
As he was able to just jump right on that one. It does give Fisher Catholic the ball at the 50. Yeah, I don't know if Ward got under that one in a way he wasn't supposed to. He's throwing a couple apologies at a couple of his guys, so maybe he did screw up the kick.
Yeah, I think he just kind of maybe caught the side of that or something. It took he really got underneath it.
Bounce, yeah.
It was really underneath it. It was spinning like crazy, but really good field position for Fisher Catholic here as they go under center. You're going to think they're probably going to give it to O'Reilly. They do off the end around, And O'Reilly, nothing there on the edge route, and that's been the season for the Tomcats.
And they just threw a flag. I'm not sure who on, but there were a couple extra guys on the ground.
So with the flag, we'll see what the white hat comes out and says.
Personal foul on the Tomcats, unfortunately. So
I don't know if that's a late hit or if it was just you can't tell. We're on this side of the field, and that's going to be a big first down. And
it is. Giving them 15 yards.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see if you're the Tomcats. You stopped them at the line of scrimmage. But that's going to give the ball to Fisher Catholic at the 34-yard line now of Trimble. This is a good starting field position. Technically, first down and 10 here. O'Reilly going to go in motion. They're going to give it to the big man, Armstrong. He's going to get swung down.
Still going to pick up a yard.
Yeah, he's going to get a yard.
Impressive.
He was hit in the backfield by two Tomcats.
I believe that was Ward and Lanning, or Ward and somebody. And Trevor Gowan's going to have to come out, so they're going to send Hooper in.
Yeah, Gowan coming off limping for Trimble.
So I think he kind of landed under the big guys, getting slung around. He might just need a second.
And when we're saying big guy, you got Armstrong out there. He is a big fella. I mean,
Armstrong and Ward are probably the same size guy.
Yeah, he's not an easy guy to bring down. He's going to go under center again. Or he's going to go single back again. They're going to fake the handoff to him.
And O'Reilly gets stuck in the middle.
Yeah, O'Reilly on the middle and not going to pick up much there, maybe about half a yard. So that's going to bring up third down for the Irish of Fisher Catholic. Be 3rd and 9. So from the Trimble 33-yard line, we'll see if the Tomcats can make another big stop here.
Looking to do this early. If you can come out and shut any sort of momentum out from the jump, as it's going to be pass all the way. Kiefer's got a man in his face, and now he's rolling out. Hooper's going to get to him, though. He just slings it. Oh, it's going to be pass interference. No, they're going to say it was. Oh, wow.
They're not going to call anything. I
think Sharp got there early.
They got to the quarterback, which made him throw it a little wobbly, which is where I thought that, yes, they were going to call the pass interference because the ball hung up there for such a long time.
I think Sharp still ran through him a touch early, but they're going to let him get away with it. Fourth down and 9.
Yeah, big fourth down now. And you're going to expect, with being down 3 scores, Fisher Catholic's going to go for it. No questions asked here.
It's Hooper there. He gets the opportunity to step in, and he was on him. A little longer legs than Gowan, was up on him quick. Shotgun all the way.
Kiefer takes a snap. Looks back, stays in the pocket. He's going to throw it low. It's going to be caught. And he is going to get hit hard, helmet to helmet.
I think there's a face mask coming, too.
They're going to say, yes, a face mask on the Tomcats. He didn't get to the first down marker, which would have been a turnover. But a face mask going to come in. I think that's going to be either a head-to-head contact or a face mask.
Right. I think and they're going to say,
it is a face mask.
And I think it was just, as Carnes was able to do a little shimmy on that outside on the in-turning route, Tomcat just put his hand up and he caught a face mask. Sometimes that's how that goes.
And the Tomcats had a chance to get the turnover on downs. They had him tackled, and the face mask comes in and keeps this drive alive for Fisher Catholic.
It almost feels like it might have been a make-up face mask because there was no pass interference. He certainly had his hand up there. I never saw that it actually got grabbed, but nonetheless, Hyde O'Reilly, he's in motion. They're going to give it to him, so he gets to dance a little bit before he gets met, but he's going to keep driving. Now the Tomcats drive him back. I think he's still going to get 4 yards.
Yeah, they're going to give him that spot where his forward motion stopped, and that's going to be, like you said, probably around that 4 yards, but going to bring up second down and a long 6.
It's nearly all of the yards from this drive have been penalties. And 30 yards of penalties.
Yeah, it really hasn't been the Tomcats giving up any big plays. They're just shooting themselves in the foot.
We'll see if they can change it up here. O'Reilly's in the H-back spot over to your right. See if they bring him in motion. They bring another man in motion. That's Hampshire before they hand it to the big man in the middle.
The big man going to fall forward, and he's going to pick up.
He picked up a bunch.
Yeah, he picked up quite a bit, more than I thought he did. He got through the hole, so that's going to be third down, but that's going to be 3rd down and 3 now. So he got more than I thought he originally did. Ball's placed at the 6-yard line.
3rd down and a long 3.
Yeah, 3rd down. From here, it looks like 4, but from the sticks of where it is, we're on the far side of the field over here.
Shotgun all day. O'Reilly was on the slip screen. That's why they get it to him, but then they sling him down.
Yeah, an incomplete pass.
Oh, incomplete. He dropped it when they started to sling him down, I guess.
Yeah, he didn't quite have it fully in his hands before he was able to. He didn't corral it in. It was with the hands. He caught it low. The pass was low to the ground. So that's going to bring up 4th down and 3. Tomcats have another chance here to make this stop. Fisher Catholic, they're as close as they've been to the end zone all night.
Now their kicker can kick it from about 30, at least get it up to, the goalposts at 30, so they might have an opportunity. Oh, no, they're not going to kick it. I thought they might try to take the points.
They're going to go shotgun set.
Hyde O'Reilly's on his own on Paul Sharp. He's got Moyer coming over to him.
They're going to go that way, and they underthrow it. He doesn't cut back. That's going to be... That actually was intended to 14 Carnes.
Right, they wanted to get it on the outstretch because he had Carnes, had Sikorsky on him coming out of that, middle, and it worked out in the long run. Just a bad pass by Kiefer.
So the Tomcats take over. 1st down and 10. They'll get the ball at their own 6-yard line, so they've got a long way to go. But a nice job there. Tomcats finally let the penalty bug go and get the ball back.
Just came out of half a little bit too fired up, you might have to say. Just a little too fired up. Now we got to use it on the offensive side, though. Sikorsky is going to take a rest here to begin it, so they're going to go with the wishbone, and they're going to have Gowan in.
So Jasek under center here. He does hand it off. It's going to be Moyer. Moyer up the middle, and he's got space, and a nice job gets it up past the 10 up to about the 15.
I think they're going to put him on the 14 there. So he does pick up 8 yards. Great job, Matt Moyer.
So get it away from your own goal line there. You started at your own 6. That's too close for comfort for me. Now moving that football, and so they gave him 8 there, 2nd down and 2 for the Tomcats.
And now you can take as much time off the clock as long as you want each play.
Fisher Catholic did a good job helping the Tomcats out, taking quite a bit of time off the clock in the 3rd quarter already, since there's only 7 minutes and 30 seconds left here in the 3rd. And I think they're going to get that 1st down with the run.
He does. With the forward progress does give him a yard enough, I believe, for Trevor Gowan. So he picks up 3.
Gowan's 2nd rush of the night. His first rush was good for a 2-point conversion. His first rush that wasn't special teams. And it's enough for a Tomcat 1st down.
It's Gowan there. Just an upright runner, and that works when you've got the strength that he does. But, when you get met in the hole like that, you do get driven back just a touch.
You'll be seeing a lot more of Gowan next season as Moyer and Sikorsky will be set to, this is their final season, seniors.
Right. So it'll be the Osborne and Gowan show for sure.
This time going to be a handoff. And I don't know if that was Moyer or Gowan. I couldn't tell who that was.
Gowan, I believe, had it. Made a nice little cut to give himself a few extra. Looks like he's going to pick up 6.
Yep, you're right. So nice run there by Trevor Gowan.
So I thought that you might see him a little bit more here in this second. Sikorsky took a few plays after that defensive stand, but he's going to come back out there.
No need to rush him much more than, he's already ran the ball.
19 times.
19 times. That's
it's enough coming off an injury.
Yeah, exactly. So, 2nd down and 3. Tomcats pushing Fisher Catholic back here in this drive so far and running time off the clock just as they prepared. This time going to be hitting the backfield. Moyer, he couldn't get it going. He's going to get stopped for a loss this time.
It looked like a man kind of slipped a block in there and got under the kick out of Owen Sikorsky, so couldn't quite tell who that was for the Irish. There were a couple bodies that you saw Sikorsky kind of throw a block, and then all of a sudden there were Catholic people on Moyer behind him.
So a loss of about 4 there. They're going to bring up 3rd down and 5. That'd be a long 5. It looks like 6 to me from here, but
right.
Scoreboard has it at 5.
And now they move it up a touch to be a
now
true
it's
5.
Okay, I was getting ready to say, that looks like a true 6, but now it looks like a true 5.
Stay with the formation.
Clock.
See who they hand it to this time. Sikorsky tries to go up, and it looked like he got popped.
He did, right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe for a yard, maybe 2. But it's going to bring up 4th down for the Tomcats. You'll see about 4th and 3 here. And actually, they move it a little closer, 4th and 2. So 4th and 2 for the Tomcats. You haven't seen a punt tonight.
I think you're not going to. 4th and 2, you have faith that your guys are going to be able to do it. As long as you block it up. I mean, a couple of them here have not been blocked quite right. And it looks like you've got double A gap blitz coming. You do. But they jump.
They did.
Oh, no. As Coach Ferris ends up having to burn the timeout. But I think that they were right to say that Gabe Armstrong definitely got over the ball, but I guess he got back. It didn't snap.
Yeah. That's when you got to snap it. We're going to get a timeout taken. We'll take it with them. Be back to your game of the week here on Wild Country 107.7.
Rutland Bottled Gas is a premier supplier of comfort. They make your life more comfortable with propane. Ohio and West Virginia customers have been depending on Rutland Bottled Gas as their premier supplier since 1947. With 9 locations that allow them to serve Ohio and West Virginia, it gives them the ability to service all your propane needs in a timely and efficient manner. With customized programs that'll fit your budget, such as prepaid, budget, lock-in, autofill, and market plans available. Give them a call at 740-742-2511 or visit them at rutlandbottledgas.com.
There's only one perfect food for watching or listening to sports. Pizza! Get ready for the game by calling one of the 3 locations of Little Italy Pizza in Nelsonville, Gloucester, or New Straitsville. Dough made fresh every day with 3 crusts to choose from, with all the toppings a pizza lover craves. Little Italy Pizza also features mouth-watering subs, sandwiches, salads, and appetizers. Open 7 days a week. Gloucester, New Straitsville, and Nelsonville. Locally owned and operated.
The Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
So off the Trimble timeout, they're going to hand it off. Owen Sikorsky gets through the line, and just enough past that first down marker. He picks up 2 yards, needed 1. And it's going to be a first down for the Trimble Tomcats. They extend this drive and keep it going. Clock still rolls. 4 minutes and 20 seconds now in the third quarter.
He was able to leave his feet and still drive forward. It was impressive. It's going to be passed from Jacek. He hits, in and out of the hands of Isaiah Hooper.
And down the field, if he would have just threw it a little bit further, he had Patton wide open. Nobody covering him at all.
I'm not sure that Brady Jacek has got that ability to flip his shoulders and get that pass to Patton. He was rolling out to his left as a right-handed quarterback. And that's all about setting your hips and getting there. I think he had time in terms of the rush. He just didn't quite have the ability to get it there when he wanted it.
So they're going to bring up 2nd down and 10 now. Only Jacek's 3rd pass attempt. That one fell incomplete. But
first incomplete,
yeah, first incomplete pass of the night for Jacek. And it does stop the clock. So 4 minutes and 10 seconds. We haven't really seen the clock stop for the Tomcats, as that hasn't been their ball game. This time they hand it off. It's going to be Moyer. Moyer trying to find the outside. Stays in bounds, and he finally gets knocked out for about an 8-yard gain. We're going to flag fly in.
They're going to get Sikorsky, I think, for finishing a block out of bounds.
So does this going against the Tomcats yet again?
I believe so. His coach was giving Sikorsky a little talk, and they're going to send Gowan in. So I think this is on 8.
It looks like maybe an unsportsmanlike.
As either way, it's on Owen Sikorsky there for just being a little aggressive on the sidelines.
That's sportsmanlike conduct on Sikorsky, number 8. So on his birthday, got a little too handsy there.
You don't give him 1 on his birthday? Come on.
Yeah, you got to give a guy 1 on his birthday.
As Moyer did get it up to on the other side of the 35 there, got it real close to the first down, but unfortunately you're going to have to walk it back. And basically, I think they did give him the first down because they walked it back to be – no, it is 3rd and 18. From our angle, I thought it was 3rd and 15. I was like, dang, they were going to give it to him.
Yeah, 3rd and 18. Clock continues to run, though, even with the penalty. This time, wishbone set. They're going to hand it off. Moyer again. Same play, it looks like. And Moyer going to get it up to about the 28-yard line, but nowhere near the first down marker.
Right,
He's still got 11 yards to go.
Just outside of the stick, so they're going to have to send the punt unit today. So I'm not sure who the punter even is at this point.
We haven't seen haven't seen a punt for a long time from the Tomcats.
It looks like Sikorsky's the one who's going to be jogging his way back there. Got his other running backs being punt protectors for him.
Back deep is going to be Hyde O'Reilly.
So you got to think you got to kick it away from him here, just because I don't know what your punt return or your punt coverage team looks like. You don't want to give it to the hands of a good athlete. Sikorsky, plenty of time, puts a nice boot on it, and puts it right out of bounds. I don't know, it might have gone out of bounds a touch earlier than they wanted it to.
And the official going to run it off here, and they're going to mark that out at I thought it was
2 extra yards.
Yeah, a couple yards that they gave him, but right at the 47-yard line. So,
not the worst punt there out of Sikorsky, considering he probably hasn't put one in, being injured. Might have not put a leg in a ball since week, 6 or 7.
Yeah, I haven't seen the Tomcats punt for a while. So, Fisher Catholic will take over 1st and 10 from their own 47-yard line with 2:50 left here in the third. They trail 22-0, have not been able to find pay dirt tonight.
As they go heavy backfield here, they have got, looks like Neighbor back there with their big boy, so they're going to hand it to Hyde O'Reilly with 2 lead blockers, and that gives them finally enough space to get their first down on the ground.
Yeah, that's their biggest rush of the night, and it comes at no better time. Fisher Catholic gets across into Trimble territory up to the Trimble 43-yard line, and that's where...
hold on, they're going to... Every time they spot it, they move it back about a half yard compared to what you think it is, so then they've got to measure.
Yeah, they're actually, the Irish were actually looking to keep this drive going and go.
I think it's a first down. I think they're going to be fine. They're going to keep their play call here. Oh, no, that maybe.
Just by a nose. I think he got it by a nose. Maybe not.
I think they're going to say short. Short by as close as they can possibly go.
You put 2 fingers together, and that's about as close as you can get.
And Coach for the Fisher Catholic, he is upset about it because the official kind of was making sure that he was looking at the stick and not just the orange part on the outside of the stick, kind of moved that. And I'm not sure if you're supposed to, but he did, and I think Fisher Catholic was upset about it.
Yeah, I mean, it was as close as you could possibly get to a first down.
They're going to keep the big boys in and just hand it to Hyde O'Reilly again anyways.
They go heavy set again, and this time...
but
this time they're going to get a loss.
Oh, Colt Ward.
They sure did. Colt Ward got to him.
Made him lose half a yard.
Yeah, so now, for sure, if it wasn't a first down, it for sure wasn't a first down now. So now 3rd down and 1, and this Trimble defense gets a big stop when they need it there. Clock continues to roll.
That's unfortunate there, as I think the guard that just got ate up was trying to sub himself out. And Coach said, no, you're right back in there.
So here they go, 3rd down and 1. Let's see if this Trimble defense can keep holding.
Colt Ward is just driving through. Colt Ward's going to try to rip it out.
Do they get there? Oh, that's going to be close again. I don't know.
They are going to call it a 4th.
Yeah, they're going to say 4th down. They maybe move it about half a foot up.
And they've already got the play call. Coach has already got the play call into Kiefer.
Tomcats doing a great job here trying to hold almost like a goal line stance, but they've done a good job holding for 2 plays, or 3 plays, I should say now. 4th and 1.
I mean, Colt Ward is just smashing whatever guard is standing over top of him. I'm assuming that Marcus Cable's doing the same thing on the other side. That's why these rushes have to go on the outside or they don't work.
It's just about who wants it more.
As flag comes in, and they're going to say offsides. Tomcats lined up too close. That's going to be a first down.
Tomcats do it again. They shoot themselves in the foot. One more. Wait a second. Offsides on the offense.
Oh, wow. Offense lined up too close. They originally pointed at the Tomcats, but then they flipped it the other way. How about it? Wow. I mean, I think that's got to bring your punt unit out if you've got one for Fisher Catholic, even down. as they're waving out 2 guys. They only sent 1 in, so that means you got to send another one.
Yeah. Yep.
I think you've only got
10 guys on the field.
2 guys came out unless there was already a replacement for that one.
It looks like I'm counting 11 out there. So.
Yep. So they did already replace 1 before we noticed it.
4th down and 6.
Hyde O'Reilly's in the slot to your left. They're trying to get it to him on a comebacker. He's going to be there. He's going to have the first.
He fought for it hard and gets taken out of bounds. Close to a late hit. We got to be careful if you're the Tomcats.
He's going to pick up, nonetheless, 10 yards in there, as it was a just in and out route there by O'Reilly, and the Tomcat just couldn't keep him in front of him.
Yeah, needed 6, got 10, and keeps this drive alive for Fisher Catholic when they need it most, and he goes out of bounds, so it does stop the clock as well. 35 seconds left here in the third quarter. Fisher Catholic, they've had this ball a long time here in this drive.
Haven't moved it very far, though.
Yeah, haven't really moved it, but the clock keeps continuing to run.
They hand it to the big boy, who gets chopped immediately. That's Sikorsky that came in on the blitz and took out his leg.
Yeah, Sikorsky gets up on fire there. He was happy about that move, as he knew he took the big man down. Only a gain of about 2 there. So now 2nd down and 8 for the Irish of Fisher Catholic. And that clock will continue to run as well. So I don't know that they're going to run another play. I think they're going to let this clock go. 10 seconds left.
I don't know if they totally realize. Coach just told Kiefer that we're not running a play. You jog it back over here.
Just come on over, because that's the end of the third quarter. We'll be back as we put another 12 on the clock and come back for your final quarter of action. Trimble up 22-0 over the Fisher Catholic Irish here on Week 11 postseason. We'll be back on Wild Country 107.7.
If you're looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle, come to Tink's Auto Trading Post, located on State Route 13, just off of Route 33 and Columbus Road in Athens. With over 30 years of experience, you can trust that you will get a great deal at a great price. We also offer routine maintenance on your cars, such as brakes, oil changes, and tires. Tink's Auto Trading Post, where less overhead means less markup. Remember to think Tink for your next great car deal. Tink's Auto Trading Post, 740-594-8465, or visit us on the web at tinksautotradingpost.com.
The hottest sip of the season is about to drop. Are you ready for it? I don't think you're ready. Okay, here it is. When you order in the McDonald's app, you can get exclusive offers. Just listen to these deals. Get 2 tasty sausage burritos for $3, or free medium fries when you spend $1. You heard it here first. Skip the lines and save money. Win-win. New hot deals are dropping in the app all the time, and we're about to turn up the heat. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Offer valid 10/28/24 through 11/17/24. Participating McDonald's. Valid once a day. Must opt into rewards. Valid when product served.
The Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
Welcome back as we put another 12 on the clock, and it is fourth quarter time. Fourth quarter action set to take place. Tomcats leading this one 22-0.
But certainly putting together a defensive stand right now that they need.
Yeah, Fisher Catholic just hasn't had the answer for this Tomcat defense tonight. Let's see if they're able to put a drive together.
Kiefer's got people in his face, so he's just going to wing it. Oh, almost incomplete. Almost picked off again. And then
that time
somebody check on, is that Osborne again, who just got slung to the ground?
He did, right as he was trying to pick it off, and he got up a little slow. Actually, that Sikorsky. Sikorsky out there.
Sikorsky was on the blitz, so...
I'm trying to see who
Smith.
that is.
It's Smith out there. Noah Smith, who was out there and just kind of got his head wrapped up, and, as they fell, his head's the first thing that hit the ground on his body. So maybe you give a check out there to your
With a good defensive play. Yeah, he came up with a great defensive play.
As Kiefer just kind of winged that one, and Carnes almost had it if it wasn't for Smith.
So now 3rd down and 8.
O'Reilly's in the slot. He's got Smith right over him. Oh, they tried to go dive to the big man, and it's actually going to work out better than it should have. Wow.
Yeah, they faked the screen quickly and then go dive to the big man Armstrong. And Gage Armstrong fell forward for about 6 yards.
That was kind of impressive.
So going to bring up 4th and 4.
He was wrapped up by 2 Tomcats and just said, I'm going to get out of this.
And that's what the big man can do for you. That's, he's got that size.
That's why you put a 230, 250-pound running back on your team.
If you got one of those just in your playbook, why not use him?
It's going to be passed all the way here. Shotgun. Kiefer gets it on that in and out route again to O'Reilly. And that's going to be a first down, another 10 yards when they need just about 4.
Yeah, that play worked for them to keep the drive alive last time. And they go to it again, the same exact play here on 4th down again. And Fisher Catholic keeping the drive alive. This time, though, he stayed in bounds.
Right.
So that's only good news for the Tomcats here, as the clock is not in the favor of the Fisher Catholic Irish here. This time he goes under center with a single setback. Kiefer sends a man in motion, going to hand it off to O'Reilly. O'Reilly going to get taken down. I think maybe a loss of 1.
In the end he kind of looked like they're trying to run their own little trap up front there that I talked about earlier, with O'Reilly coming from the line and coming in, it's a wishbone, so they're kind of trying to, or wing T, so they're bringing them up and then down. I don't think it's working, though. I don't think Armstrong is getting in the way enough to cause a block, or whoever they're trying to trap is always defeating the pull block, and he's right in the way. He's bumping them every time they do it.
Yeah, it hasn't worked from what we've seen thus far tonight. So
they almost didn't have the coverage on O'Reilly, but Kiefer took too long to figure out his play.
Kiefer's going to have to throw it. He's going to go high, and a nice catch there. Out of bounds goes number 23. That's going to be Blake Warrer.
Warrer ends up picking up.
He almost gets 9.
I was going to say, I think he does get 9. No, they're going to give him 8.
He goes out of bounds. A nice over-the-shoulder catch, staying with the ball.
As again, that was another one where Kiefer's just kind of throwing it because there's a man in his face, but he knows where the out of bounds is. He's like, I know that I can just drop it on the edge of the out of bounds, and if my guy gets to it, he gets to it.
Got good trust in your receivers there.
Good awareness of a football field, too.
Yeah, very good. This Kiefer kid, he's a senior, but he certainly has that awareness of a quarterback and can certainly sling the football.
As they hand it to...
Is that Armstrong again?
Armstrong, and he didn't get there. They cut him down just a yard gained, so 4th down and 1. But that's an easy one to get when you've got the running back you do. Even Hyde O'Reilly with a decent block in front of him can get that one.
Yeah, it should be an easier 4th down, and it's definitely manageable with 1. The Irish here looking for a little luck. They've had luck on this drive, so as we say, luck of the Irish. It hasn't been super lucky this evening, but they certainly have put a long-standing drive together here this time.
They go spread out of it, so they're either going dive to the big man or they're just going to try to pass it off. Quick screen outside, and O'Reilly did a good job dancing away from the contact.
And he gets taken down just short of the goal line, actually, as he falls forward. He only needed 1. He got a good chunk there.
As he, did pick up about 18. Just wasn't it. All he had to do was beat 1 man, and he did his job there to beat him.
So the Irish here, as close as they've come, they're at the Trimble 2-yard line. Fisher Catholic for the first time tonight, getting close to pay dirt.
Tomcats linebackers coming up a little bit.
They hand it to the big man.
And he's in.
And he does. He just goes forward, and there's no stopping Gage Armstrong, 250 pounds.
You can do everything you want. You're not going to be able to kind of put him down unless you take the legs first.
And when you only need that kind of yardage, it's too easy. So Fisher Catholic going to come out. They're going to kick. So they've got a kicker. It's going to be number 12. Or is that I
think it's 17.
Is that 17 out there? I'm trying to see. Is that Nick Sanford?
I do believe Nick Sanford was the one warming up, so it should be him on the kick here. Tomcats, can they get to it? Almost, but I think he put it up.
Nice kick there by Nick Sanford. It goes up through the uprights, and it's going to be 22-7. 8:40 left in this ball game. Fisher Catholic finally on the board. We'll be back here with kickoff action coming up here on Wild Country 107.7.
Let's be honest. The only way you should have glass work done around the house or at your business is by a professional. And that professional is Pidcock Glass in Nelsonville. They do glass replacement, storm window and repairs, and patio door glass. They do custom glass, mirrors, plexiglass, and Lexan. They can even cut custom glass of all shapes. Call Pidcock Glass today at 740-753-4527 or stop in at 500 East Canal Street in Nelsonville. Check them out online at pidcockglass.com.
That man. Call the man. Call the man. Just call the man. Just call the man. You better call that man. Call the man. We'll call the man. Call the man. Why didn't you call the man? I should have called the man like you said.
Call Coach's Appliance Heating and Air to take care of your appliances along with your heating and cooling needs. Call or text Nick today at 740-594-1865. That's 740-594-1865. A family-owned business since 1986. Coach's Appliance Heating and Air.
You're listening to the High School Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7 WSEO Nelsonville.
Welcome back after the Fisher Catholic touchdown, a 2-yard touchdown run by Gage Armstrong, the senior, finally getting on the board. Now makes it 22-7 with 8:40 left in this ball game.
As they try to go
an onside kick, and it's going to be.
I think
Trimble wasn't ready for it.
They just barely got it 10 yards, and it worked. I mean, just barely got it 10 yards before he jumped on it.
The kicker himself landed on the football. He knew what he had to do, and he just ran up beside of it. And it's going to be right at the 49-yard line. Ball is touching the 50. So, oh, my goodness, the Tomcats were not ready for the onside kick. And how can you not be? I mean, you got to think that's what the plan is.
Well, I think they also, the way that came off, it came off so slow, they almost thought it wasn't going to get 10 yards. I did at one point, as now they try to do that in and out pass one more time to O'Reilly, and they just couldn't get it there.
Yeah, that time Kiefer had to throw it quickly as he was being rushed. But
Allen was on him.
It's going to be a second down now from the they have the ball in Trimble territory, and, this game could get interesting here. I mean, it takes one play to make it a one-score game. So, we're still here with 8:35 left in the football game. Trimble's mistakes here in the second half have it's been a lot more sloppy with penalties.
Right. You thought that maybe they just came out a little too aggressive from the second half, but the fact that it, it's cost them in the way it has, it's starting to get to you.
Fisher Catholic with a little sign of life here. They put Tripp's receivers out on the right. This time they're looking for somebody open. Kiefer keeping the play alive, going to throw it down the field, and it is going to be incomplete as he falls to the ground.
And he might be hurting a little bit too. That's Hampshire.
Hampshire had the ball. He jumped up and caught it, but as he came to the ground, a Trimble Tomcat got one hand on it.
I think it was Smith. As they just kind of came through the ground, Smith's hand was able to jar it away, and that's all you want. You want your guys to compete in the air. And Tomcats have done that multiple times.
Beautiful ball there by Kiefer, though. My goodness, what a spiral pass.
As I was wondering where he was trying to get with it, as it looked like O'Reilly was coming all the way across the field, so he booted away from him, and I was like, oh, boy, now this is going to get interesting. Hampshire almost came down with it.
Hampshire, and you got to look at O'Reilly clear over here on our side of the field. Tripp's receivers over here.
That's why he's got Sharp right on top of him. He's got a man over top in Moyer. They're trying to go deep the other way. There's Hampshire over there, but it's not going to matter.
Yep, not going to be complete again. Good defensive coverage there by the Tomcats. Going to be 4th down and 10. So let's see what they draw up here. Fisher Catholic, do they have more opportunities, or is the luck running out for the Irish?
Right, you kind of used all of it on the onside kick a little bit, faking you out on the onside kick.
I mean, it was a heck of an onside kick. They got a good kicker in Sanford. He puts it through the uprights on the extra point. It was very, very well done. And then the onside kick, Pat McAfee style, it was just well done. And you learn that as a kicker, and you can't. I don't think you can really teach that. It was just a heck of an onside kick. But
we're gonna see if Kiefer's got the time here. He does. He delivers it. Oh, I think you got to throw that one.
Yeah, way over the top.
Hold on. They throw it back at a hold kind of area. They don't throw it on the penalty or on the pass.
They're going to get defensive holding. Or is that? Yeah, that's in the line of defensive holding.
No, I think
the sideline official throws it clear back to the line.
Which I don't think he's throwing it on. I think he's throwing it somewhere else. He's throwing it holding on the offense.
So that's going to be declined, and that's going to be Trimble football.
Wow, and if you're Fisher Catholic, I don't know if that really matters in the grand scheme of the game long run, but that penalty right there is Sharp bumped him. Or whoever was free safety, that might have been Osborne. Somebody bumped him.
So Trimble getting some life back here. They got the ball. So good defensive stop there after a heck of an onside kick to get the ball back. Fisher Catholic just unable to make anything happen on those 4 downs. So now with Trimble getting the ball back, you got to think methodical here.
Absolutely.
Run.
Just hand it to your boys all day, the way you have been. And be slow with it, too, Jasek.
They do, and he gets through a hole. Sikorsky gets it up to the 40.
And he's going to have a first down.
Yep, that's going to be enough. So on that first down, or on the first down drive, he gets another first down. So picks up the 10 yards he needs, maybe 11 there.
Just enough.
That clock will continue to run in Trimble's favor. You don't see Jasek. He's going to look at that official, the far official. He'll wait till the hands go up.
And
there's the 10-second call. And it's going to be Sikorsky again.
He's still fighting. As long as he holds on to that ball, he's doing everything he can.
And he stays up on his feet, but they finally say he lost his progression of where he was. Yeah, the forward momentum, the forward progress stopped finally. I thought they blew it a little late even.
He was fighting for that ball, and I think because he was fighting, he was still turned backwards, taking steps forward.
But he does pick up a good 6 there. So now 2nd down and 4.
He's feeling a little on that sideline, too, as I think they were kind of gut punching him trying to get to that ball.
Yeah, they're doing everything they can. Fisher Catholic trying to get to that ball. Moyer going to get to the outside now. He's got space if he beats the man.
Oh no,
my
what a
goodness.
shoestring.
Shoestring tackle. Otherwise, Moyer would have had close to the touchdown. He had all day on that outside on the left-hand side.
He still picked up 5 yards in the first, but Matthew Moyer was almost gone. Hyde O'Reilly just had enough of the foot.
And that clock will continue to run. So a nice run there by Moyer, even though the shoestring tackle got him.
.6:30 and rolling. As Jasek's under center with the typical 3 behind him. Sikorsky out, so they're going to give it to Gowan instead. He's got space. Stiff arms a man.
Breaks the shoestring tackle. Still on his feet and gets taken out of bounds. Not really what you want. You don't want to go out of bounds, but, to get as many yards as you can. Actually, the clock still continues to run. They're going to say
his
knee down.
And I think that's why they didn't throw the flag, as his knee might have dropped down in bounds as he picks up 7 yards. Fought for 7 yards.
So that's actually a great call there for the Tomcats. Keeps that clock running. And you hear some Tomcat faithful out here getting into this game a little bit more. They can feel it. Moyer going to get it up the middle. He's got the first down and more. Going to get into red zone territory and up to about the 12.
Right, not too shabby to keep on fighting. Maybe they're only going to give him the 14 there. And ultimately that gives him about 8 yards once again.
So now first down, it's going to be need to get to the 4 for a first down. Ten seconds left on the play clock. They hand it to Moyer.
He's got a lead blocker in Sikorsky, but the hold's going to come back on Osborne as he fell, and I think he just held hold of somebody as he fell, even though he was obviously very far behind the play.
Yep. And the hold call comes in.
He was on the ground, and the play was so far past him, but he must have held somebody as he was falling. Again, don't think it would have mattered, so what are we throwing that kind of penalty here? Close enough game, I guess you have to, but also,
Still an ick kind of play. Yeah, I get you. So that does stop the play clock, or it stops the game clock with 5:06. And now first down and 20. Still have to get to the 4, but they put the ball clear back on the 24-yard line. Tomcats have a little more yardage to work with.
Jasek takes it, fakes it a couple ways. So Sikorsky's got his opportunity. He dropped it, but I think he jumped back on it.
They're going to say fumble, and he does pick it up. He said, that's on me. I'm sorry, guys.
He was just trying to change arms because he was about to cut back middle and really try to go for that first down, maybe even the end zone, but fumbling it just unfortunately cut him a little short, but he does get back in front of the sticks.
Yeah, lands on his own fumble, so that's good. Good news for the Tomcats. And much more manageable now, 2nd down and 10, as he does pick up 10 yards out of that carry.
So they do roll in Gowan. Same formation, though.
4 minutes and 30 seconds here left in the game. Going to be a fake handoff. A little loot.
Jasic's got all the moves in the world.
And Jasic going to dive for the end zone, and he goes touchdown, Tomcats.
From 13 yards out, the scamper for the quarterback there. His first touchdown of the night.
Little QB keeper on the curly Q, as we call it. And Jasic extending that Tomcat lead. I'd say it's all but done here. The fat lady hasn't sang, but she's warming up the vocals here in Trimble.
You would have to say so there, as that one certainly helps you. As you're trying to get it up to 30-7 here if you can put this two-pointer in. That's a pretty darn good day if you're the Cats in your first round.
Yeah, I'd say the Tomcats, it's been a little sloppy with penalties here, and you can't do that in week 2 of playoffs, or week 12, I should say, but really week 2 is playoffs, but you're not going to be able to do that next week.
They go option to Moyer. Can he get to the corner? No, Hyde O'Reilly got there.
Yeah, they stopped that in its tracks, but it is 28-7. Tomcats lead this one with 4:21 over the Fisher Catholic Irish. We'll be back for your game of the week here on Wild Country 107.7.
In Nelsonville, Fred Wolf Automotive is your local solution to your automotive needs. Whether it's your first car or your last, they are here to help. People always ask, who is Fred Wolf? He was their great-great-grandpa who had a car dealership in Nelsonville in the 1950s. They thought it was fitting to bring his name and some of his entrepreneurial spirit back to life. The inventory is constantly changing, so if they do not have what you are looking for, please give them a call. Local people who love to help local people. Fred Wolf Automotive, located at 1273 Chestnut Street in Nelsonville, 614-309-1756.
Tax season's greetings from your friends at H&R Block. Whether you choose to file virtually, in person, or via drop-off, let's make it a season worth celebrating. File your way with H&R Block and get upfront, transparent pricing, expert help at every step, and a max refund guarantee that means you'll ring in the season by getting every dollar you deserve. All tax situations are different. Not everyone gets a refund. Limitations apply. See hrblock.com/guarantees.
H&R Block at 507 Richland Avenue in the old Morrison School Building in Athens. 740-589-5403.
The Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
Welcome back after the Tomcat touchdown. Colt Ward to kick it off.
And they're going to go offsides. Tomcats moved just a touch early, I think. And that's because Colt Ward, I think, took an extra shimmy step to make sure he actually got his foot into that one. And half the team, I think, was across the line.
Yeah, he kind of held up on the kick a little bit. So that threw all the rest of the Tomcats off. And Coach Ferris coming out to talk to him a little bit. You got to run through your kicks, young man.
Absolutely. The last one he did miss a little bit, and I think it got to him, certainly. And it's what allowed the touchdown to happen. But I think on that one, you can't throw off your team, certainly. That looked like he had some power behind it, too. It might have actually gotten past the return line there of the Irish.
So Ward will go back to kick this again, only 5 yards further back. Now placed at the 35-yard line.
Back to normal. Back to what we used to do. That time it looks good. He keeps it on the ground. Oh, jumped over the top of Trenka.
Yeah, it was touched.
Or Trenza, excuse me.
Flag on the play, or they?
No, I think they were handing the official back his flag from before. Sometimes officials pick each other up like that.
What a nice guy.
As it is going to be first down on the 40-yard line here for Fisher Catholic. 4:17 on the clock. They can score quickly for sure, but they also can quickly put it right back in the Tomcats' hands if they don't make completions.
Yep, 60 yards to go.
This is going to be O'Reilly far to the outside, closest to us. He's got Moyer over top with Sharp right on him.
Kiefer's going to look. Ward is trying to take him down.
Oh, wow. Is he outside of a tackle box?
I don't know that he was. I think that's intentional grounding.
I think you got to discuss it because there was no close receiver. He did get it over the line of scrimmage, but they're going to say he was outside of the tackle box, I guess.
That was just barely. I'm telling you.
Just barely.
Colt Ward got through that line.
Considering Colt kind of slung him down inside or right on the hash marks. He came from the opposite hash. That's as close as you can get, I think.
Yeah, there was no receiver he was throwing to, but I mean the tackle box you can't see it from here. Obviously, it's an imaginary line, but at the same time, you kind of know.
Kiefer, he's looking for a man in the middle. Ball is up. Oh, Trevor Gowan would have had it. I think it hit his head.
Gowan hit him in the head. He's got to look up, young man, but he didn't know it was up there.
Oh, no. The ball got tipped. Everybody's yelling ball, but nobody's yelling up. Trevor Gowan never turned his head.
And it hit Gowan right on top of the head, and all of his teammates are laughing out there on the field. As you can kind of laugh about it, it was funny.
Does make it 3rd down and 10. Like I said, they can give the ball quickly to the Tomcats here. Just 10 seconds, 11 seconds have gone by.
So with 4:06 left in this football game, 28-7, Tomcats have a firm lead here. 3rd down and 10. Kiefer, shotgun set.
O'Reilly's on his own to the wide side of the field. Looks at him.
They go his way.
To him.
And this one is caught. He's going to reach the ball forward, stays in bounds, I think. And they're going to mark him down at the 46. So
picks up
6 yards.
About 5 or 6 there.
Yeah, they're going to give him the 6 yards, but 4th down and 4. I tell you what, I'm going to say this. Hyde O'Reilly, man, he is an athlete.
Really
can catch most balls come his way. He's played a heck of a game. Fisher Catholic has, he's a senior this year, but they're seniors. They're definitely going to miss them next year.
That one almost tipped again, almost picked off as it was off the foot of Paul Sharp, and then almost picked up.
Not going to matter, though, because that was 4th down, and it's going to be a turnover on downs for Fisher Catholic. The Tomcats get the ball back with 3:23 left here in the ball game.
And that can almost salt it away.
Fat Lady's coming out on the stage here now. So 1st down and 10 for the Tomcats. Good defensive hold.
Sikorsky seems like he's up there with Jasek trying to argue what play they should be running.
Yeah, they're both going to run out. You typically don't see Coach Ferris talk to 2 people at one time.
Sikorsky got very dirty on that last defensive set.
He did. He's
a little dusty out there.
He's wearing a brown uniform now instead of gray. Under center, Jasek going to go to Moyer. Sikorsky, good block. Moyer stays in bounds. And he's right at the 1st down marker. I don't know where they're going to mark him.
I think they're going to have to blow it dead so they can look at it.
He fell forward, but I think he was just short of the line of gain.
They're calling it 2 already. 9 3/4.
At this point, though, now we're under 3 minutes.
Just a few plays to go here, as long as you pick up the 1st down. You wait this one out, too. You may only have to run your 4 downs.
And they go to Moyer again. Moyer's going to go for the 1st down and gets up past the 30-yard line now.
He's going to pick up just about 8 yards.
So you got to think at this point in time, the Tomcats definitely going into Week 12 football. This is great news for the Tomcats.
Have to see if they're going to have to make that trip to Conotton Valley.
And they'll face the 3 seed if that's the case.
Right, Conotton Valley Rockets, maybe? I'm going to be completely honest. Don't know on that one.
We're going to have to figure that one out, but it's a trip. That's all I know that.
It's going to be
making a trip.
Olderville, New Philly area. As Sikorsky's going to get this one, trip over his guy, but he's still on his feet, and then he gets dropped down.
He gets tripped up, but a flag comes in super late.
Are they going to say that's on Chase Henry for putting a man down that was holding onto the ankle of Sikorsky?
I don't know.
They just say it was unnecessary roughness? Block against the line? Because Chase Henry certainly popped the guy that was on the ground holding
They're marking it.
Okay, face mask. That works.
A 5-yard face mask. So Sikorsky just keeping the drive alive, got himself a little face mask in between there. And the clock will continue to run now.
Two minutes to go. And first down set, so this is our last set of the night here.
Yeah, you got to think here. Jasek going to keep it himself.
Oh, he fumbled it, but he got it.
He's still got the football, and he's got a first down.
Did he just dribble that to himself?
Almost. I think he's ready for basketball season.
I mean, 11, 12 yards, but he dropped it, and it just kicked right back to him. He kept running in stride.
That's a little bit of the Irish luck coming to the Tomcats here.
Just a bit. Brady Jasek there. Scare ya.
My goodness. So with 1:30 now, first down and 10 for the Tomcats. At some point in time, you can just knee it, but we're still running. This time it's going to be Moyer.
Or Sikorsky.
Yeah, that's Sikorsky this time.
He's still driving. He is going to get driven out of bounds, unfortunately. But they're going to say clock roll?
They're going to keep the clock rolling. All
right. Now they stop it for the first down, so it only stops momentarily.
But the clock actually still rolling, so even though they did, I mean, at this point, you're under a minute.
You lost about 4 seconds.
28-7, Tomcats.
And with 40 on the clock, when this one gets snapped, it'll be the last one, unless I think they wanted to.
Yeah, they're going to get a
Catholic
timeout.
calls a timeout.
Catholic.
Wow.
Maybe to take their seniors out of the game.
It could be a moment like that for sure. This coach is all the way out meeting them at the center of the field, so that I believe that's probably what we're setting up for.
So we'll keep it here for just a second here. I don't know that the reason behind the timeout.
But if your coach is going to come meet you where you are, I think that's usually a reason to think that he's calling this for just a calm down, this is what we're doing at the end of the game kind of thing, rather than strategy.
Yeah. Game is over essentially.
41 seconds.
41 seconds. They're down.
Could get crazy, but I doubt it.
So the Tomcats will go into Week 12, and obviously we'll have all the scores and updates on our sports page. So make sure you stay tuned into that Week 11 football action. Feel like there's going to be some upsets out there. So
you've already got an upset brewing on the sister station.
Yeah, I hear that, and I don't want to talk about that because it's unfortunate. But it's you got to look at if you're in the playoffs, it's going to be tough. It's tough every week.
As they do go knee, I believe he needed it 38, so that should do it. But they're going to stand around just to make sure. It's the third down, so you might as well snap it one more time just to be safe. Nope, they officially got the word from the officials. They're going to walk it over to the middle.
Yeah, there's no reason to do anything more here. Tomcats going to pick up the win here as we have the final 10 seconds running off the clock. We'll go ahead and take our last break before we get into the post-game show and give everybody their final stats of the night here on Wild Country 107.7.
If you're looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle, come to Tink's Auto Trading Post, located on State Route 13, just off of Route 33 and Columbus Road in Athens. With over 30 years of experience, you can trust that you will get a great deal at a great price. We also offer routine maintenance on your cars, such as brakes, oil changes, and tires. Tink's Auto Trading Post, where less overhead means less markup. Remember to think Tink for your next great car deal. Tink's Auto Trading Post, 740-594-8465, or visit us on the web at tinksautotradingpost.com.
Since 1926, Athens Insurance Services has focused on doing one thing and doing it well, providing peace of mind through affordable, comprehensive insurance protection. Whether you're looking for car insurance for your new teenage driver, home insurance for your first home, protection for your business or life insurance, they've got you covered. Representing Central Insurance Company, count on Andrew, Mike, Kendra, Hannah, Chelsea, and Brent. Athens Insurance Services at 375 Richland Avenue. Call 740-593-6639.
Think you have to settle for mediocre car insurance to save money? Think again. It's possible to get superior coverage and still save money with Erie Insurance. Customers who switched to Erie saved up to $951. It pays to compare. Switch and save with Erie.
Your Erie agent is McFadden Insurance. Get a quote today at mcfadden-insurance.com.
Annual savings based on new customers surveyed in March 2022 who reported savings when switching auto insurance. Individual premiums and savings will vary.
Pigcock Glass is the largest full-service glass company in the area. They've been serving Southeast Ohio for over 30 years and have over 100 years in combined experience. They do it all: commercial, residential, screen, mirrors, tabletops, and heavy equipment. Have a unique issue? Just let them know. Check them out online at pigcockglass.com or call 740-753-4527 to set up an appointment or stop in at 500 East Canal Street in Nelsonville. Pigcock Glass.
Tax season's greetings from your friends at H&R Block. Whether you choose to file virtually, in person, or via drop-off, let's make it a season worth celebrating. File your way with H&R Block and get upfront, transparent pricing, expert help at every step, and a max refund guarantee that means you'll ring in the season by getting every dollar you deserve. All tax situations are different. Not everyone gets a refund. Limitations apply. See hrblock.com/guarantees.
H&R Block at 507 Richland Avenue in the old Morrison School Building in Athens. 740-589-5403. What's one of the worst feelings you can get? The one that hits you in the pit of your stomach. You can't find your keys. I have a solution. Announcing the new location of Athens Automotive Keys at 528 Richland Avenue in Athens. Dan and Gloria can take care of lost keys, transponder keys and programming, key duplication for house or business, and they now provide locksmith service. Athens Automotive Keys is open Monday through Friday, noon till 5:30 at 528 Richland Avenue, Athens. Call 740-590-6843.
The Game of the Week on Wild Country 107.7.
Welcome back to Gloucester Memorial Stadium for your post-game show as the Trimble Tomcats win their home opener on Week 11 against the Fisher Catholic Irish. 28-7 your final score. And the Tomcats do their job, needed to get done on Week 11 to move into Week 12. You got to expect that they'll be heading up to Conotton Valley next week, just below New Philadelphia area. It's a trip.
It'll be a trip, but I'm sure the Tomcat faithful will make it. We've traveled with the Tomcat faithful a few times over the last few years for this playoff run, and they always seem to show out. It'll be a fun one there with the 3 and the 6 seeds as we move into, what is that, quarterfinal round of the regionals here, something of that effect?
Yeah, Week 12, it's always good to see your team, win your first week playoff. You strive to have a good season. Tomcats, come in 6-4. You've got a middle seedish there, and you can't expect that you were going to, go deep into the playoffs. That wasn't probably a big look at it, but at the same time, this is Trimble Tomcat football, and you expect postseason. You expect to get in there and make your name known still.
And I think they are. And, believe it or not, I look at their next week as probably their toughest matchup for whatever is left of them for their playoff run. I think that matchup with Conotton Valley is going to be a lot bigger than whatever the matchup between, your trying to think, your 7 seed and your 2 seed is Beaver Eastern, who I think is a very fraudulent, 10-0 team. So I think that those guys, whoever your 7 and your 2, are not as scary looking as Conotton Valley is.
Yeah, I agree. And, but we'll get into Week 12. That'll be happening next week. We'll make sure we're going to make that trip up there, and it'll be fun. We'll make sure we have the game on air. If you don't make the trip, it will be on the radio. That's something
that's a guarantee
we look forward. Yeah, we'll make sure it's going to be on. But tonight, the Tomcats looked great in the first half. Second quarter,
really.
Second quarter,
Or third quarter, that's when it got bad.
Yeah, that third quarter, we'll say second half in total, but the third quarter really is where the Tomcats came out with penalties. They were penalty-ridden, and, it kept a lot of these Fisher Catholic drives alive.
Right.
And that's really the reasoning behind, for the most part of why there's 7 points on the board for Fisher Catholic was because the Tomcats got sloppy in the second half.
Just enough.
Enough to make it a little interesting there for a minute. But at the same time, you clean that up this week. You cannot have a week like that next week. Your opponents only get tougher as it goes on, and that's just how it goes. You win a game, and you're going to play a harder team. But you played a pretty flawless first half. You played well. You played Trimble football. I think that's the biggest thing there. And you were able to, take Coach Ferris's playbook and make that happen.
They ran a total of 5 plays not in the Trimble Tomcat formation.
Yeah.
That's all they ran tonight.
Exactly. So that's what you do, and that's what Coach Ferris football is all about. That's how he wins games. That's what he's known for. And until you can stop it, he's going to keep running it down your throat. And that's exactly what he did tonight, and that's why it's 28-7.
Absolutely. They did a phenomenal job from the jump, and the continued work from the guy, knowing that they were kind of giving up some things on defense, giving up some things there. But as soon as that offense stepped back out on the field, you never had a doubt that they were going to hold on to it the whole time.
Yeah, and that clock management, you're playing, and some people say, hey, that's slow, methodical football, clock management. That is how this game is played when it's done well. I think, and Coach Ferris is one of the best coaches in southeastern Ohio, maybe in southern Ohio, maybe all Ohio, that does that kind of game very well. He is a methodical running coach. That wishbone T formation, that is what he does best. And Trimble Tomcat football, until you can stop it, don't talk crap about it.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true. I certainly didn't, and that's why I'm in nothing short of amazement of seeing it work so well. We will jump into the stats here on your night. We'll start with the Fisher Catholic Irish as they finish their season up at 4-7. And Grant Kiefer, the quarterback tonight, he stepped in and had 7 for 18, 100 yards, and the interception there. It could have had 2 more. It's impressive that he didn't. Hyde O'Reilly on the ground tonight didn't carry it a whole lot for him, only about 7 times for 23 yards. Their big guy in Gabe Armstrong, he just bowling balled his way to about 33 yards and a touchdown. In the air tonight, it was Hyde O'Reilly with 92 yards and 1 catch in there for 8 yards out of Mr. Horder. For the Trimble Tomcats, Brady Jasek, he only went 2 for 3 for 58 yards. Didn't have to do a whole lot more than that. Jasek on the ground tonight, he had 45 yards and a touchdown. Matt Moyer, he had 102 yards and a touchdown. Owen Sikorsky finishes on the night, 25 carries, 157 yards, 2 touchdowns, and Trevor Gowan had 17 yards in there and a 2-point conversion for himself. All 58 yards, that went to Chase Patton tonight.
A nice job all around. The Trimble Tomcats coming away with a big win. Again, your final score 28-7 here on Week 11. They got their home game in and made it work. The Tomcat faithful happy about a Week 11 win here. We actually just got word from Mark Hunter. Isaiah, if you want to go ahead and give everybody information.
Oh, yeah. Canaan Valley did pick up the big win, as you might expect there, being the 3 seed, playing the 14, which I believe was, a Bridgeport, a Frontier, a 3-win team is what they got to face. So they got to take care of that business. And obviously the offense is clicking up there. So the Tomcats are coming into a team that's playing at their highest level at the moment. They finished out the season with a couple wins versus good teams, and now they pick up a big win in the first round. It's going to be no easy task making the trip.
Yeah, it certainly isn't. You're going to make the trip up there. The Tomcats are going to have their hands full, and, that's just what playoff football is all about. Coach Ferris will make sure his kids are ready for next week, and the Tomcats are going to have to play a flawless football game to get up there. But, to get into Week 12, you've got to be that team, and they were tonight. It'll be a fun and interesting one that we'll be having here for you. But before we go, I want to thank our sponsors one more time. All of our sponsors, H&R Block, McFadden Insurance, Athens Insurance Services, they are our halftime sponsor. Athens Automotive Keys, your local McDonald's. First National Bank, Rutland Bottle Gas, Tiggs Auto Trading Post, Fred Wolf Automotive, our pregame sponsor, Little Italy Pizza, Holzer Health Systems, Coaches Appliance Heating and Air, and Pigcock Glass. We appreciate all of our postseason sponsors that have stayed with us and keep continuing to support our high school footballs in the playoffs and continue to give all your support to all these high schoolers as we continue to give you coverage.
Special shout out and appreciation to My Garage Door Company. They sponsor our 7 o'clock hour and always so gracious to give up that time to these local athletes. So thank you to them as well.
Very great. Yes, so yeah, we appreciate that as well. And that's going to do it here tonight from Gloucester Memorial Stadium. The Tomcats, again, win big, 28-7 over the Fisher Catholic Irish. Going on to Week 12, we'll bring that game to you. But for Isaiah Lyle and Mark Hunter back at the studio, thank you, sir, for keeping us on. I'm Dustin Goldsberry. Good night, everybody, and have a great weekend. This is Wild Country 107.7.
Tonight's high school football game on Wild Country 107.7. was brought to you by Pidcock Glass, McFadden Insurance, Tinks Auto Trading Post, your local McDonald's, First National Bank, Little Italy Pizza in Nelsonville, Gloucester, and New Straitsville, J&K Contracting, Fred Wolf Automotive, Athens Insurance Services, Athens Automotive Keys, Rutland Bottled Gas, Tri-County Career Center, H&R Block, Holzer Health System, and Coach's Appliance Heating and Air. Join us again next time for more exciting high school football action on Wild Country 107.7 WSEO Nelsonville.